y'all. We have to do it. Shout out to everybody. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. It is time. It is time. It is time. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Come on in, hit the like button as you come in. Thank you all so much for the support in the LLC. I just want to give a shout out to Cam James for being as sexy as he is, smart as well. He has done a whole breakdown, part one and part two, of Rashad Richey and these fake ass degrees. Y'all, we are here for it. We are here for it. Listen, I don't care if you're red, brown, yellow, black, or white. Do not lie about having degrees in education when there are people out there who went to school, actually had to work hard to get their degrees. And you're just wanting to roam the earth and claim that you have these degrees and you put no work into it. Or people can't verify the school or the actual education or the curriculum. You have no transcript to offer. It's no reason to lie about it. So Rashad Richey is a commentator over there on the Young Turks. We're all still learning. And shout out to, you guys saw the thumbnail. You saw the thumbnail. Let's see here. You got Cam James, who has done 2 videos, as well as Nick the Lawyer. But mind you all, we've already had a fantastic content creator go in on Rashad Richey previously, and he has a whole playlist. Okay, I'm gonna pull up his channel just so you all can see. But he has done a whole playlist on Rashad Richey and his fake degrees. And here's the thing. He can sit here and decry, oh, you guys are exposing me. Do it all you want. It's not going to matter. Because it's not going to stop people from telling the truth. And that's what's happening. And I am so, so glad Cam James is diving in. And I'm glad people are getting hip to this. And, telling it like it is. It's no reason to lie. Rashad Richey probably has enough money to actually go to school. And just because he highlights things that are problematic, nobody likes to be wrongly arrested or to be arrested for their skin color and no other reason. Or to be falsely accused of committing a crime. No one likes that at all. But it doesn't mean that he should be claiming to have education and degrees either when he doesn't. It just, it's not comparable. So I'm just, man, Johnny Walker Dread is another fantastic content creator who has covered, this saga. And I'm just trying to pull up his channel. And he was cited by Cam James. And Johnny Walker Dread has been a fantastic content creator, independent journalist, whatever he wants to consider himself. But I love the research. He has been a guest here in the LLC as well. And so, he's covered a whole playlist. And you guys can see here. Look at that. A whole playlist on Rashad Richey. Lots of information and chop goodies on this. And he's been threatened to, Rashad Richey is threatening to sue everybody. Because reasons. Chabu. Rashad Richey, you do know that if you go to court, here's the playlist on Rashad Richey.
So there's almost no one.
And this is on Johnny Walker Dread's YouTube channel. So I'm going to link this whole playlist, link in the chat. Make sure you guys go and check it out. If I can get it. Can I link the whole playlist? Let me do this. Let me link his YouTube channel in here. You guys go and show him some support. Because he's been telling everybody from day one. Rashad Richey, if you go to court, you have to present discovery. I know you don't fully understand because, you didn't go to law school. Or if you did, it wasn't here. And it doesn't seem to count. but you have to present discovery. It can't be fake information. You can't present fake evidence as discovery in courts. That's not how that works. Shout out to all of you all. Thank you so much. This guy you doing, honey? You guys make sure you hit the like button on the way in. Shout out to my Maz. Wyoming gal is back with us. Bernard Green is up in here. How you doing? What's going on? S Files is back up in here. I appreciate you all. Saint, how you doing, honey? What's going on, Saint? Saint is up in here. Shout out to my Maz, you all. Good to see you guys. We had a nice little break. Blacklight TV did a funny Umar video today. Did he? We got Umar coming up next, y'all. Oh my good Lord, y'all. So we've got Rashad Richey here, who's just, why lie about this stuff? But I want to go over these two videos that Cam James did. He did a part 1 and part 2, as well as Nate the lawyer. And of course, good luck, Rashad Richey, trying to sue a lawyer. Especially when you don't understand how to get a law degree in the U.S. works. Like, good luck to that. You can't make this up. This is priceless. So make sure you guys go show Johnny Walker Dredd some love and support. He's got a whole playlist, and it is definitely worth exploring. He's actually emailed me, so I got to email him back. I've been, you guys know I've rested for the last 2 days. I have not checked my emails, but I'm going to do that. So make sure you guys share this content. Subscribe to the Lady Luck Club if you have not. Hit the like button. And of course, leave your comments below. Rashad Richey, we don't care about you throwing a tantrum. You're a grown-ass man. Grow up. Stop telling people you have degrees if you don't. If it's something that can be debunked, you might not want to do that. And going to court is only going to make you look worse. But to each his own. Nate the lawyer is not the contender you want. And Cam James is like, bring it. And we're going to watch both of them. So it is what it is. And he didn't do it with Johnny Walker Dredd. It's so funny. He never sued Johnny Walker Dredd. And Johnny Walker Dredd has over 100 videos on his playlist of Rashad Richey. Never sued him. So, it's like all bark and no bite. Hey, that's what we are. And I heard that he tried to do a response video of some sort and he took it down. You only do that when you know you're wrong. Funny how these things happen, you all. Yeah, another fake ass, oh God, thinks that he's helping the community out. And it's just like, dude, you put out information from police body cam and say, hey, this person is being profiled or discriminated against. Some that are very legitimate. But it doesn't mean that he should be walking around saying that he has degrees that he doesn't. You don't get a pass for that. There's no reason to lie. You're a commentator on a social media website for the Young Turks. Like that. That's what you do. You don't have to have a law degree to do what you do. Rashad Richey obviously missed the memo on his job description. You don't need to say you went to medical school or grad school and study any level of science just to be a commentator to play videos on your channel. Just give commentary on your content and keep living. Like, it's that simple. You don't have to lie about having all of these degrees. It's absolutely unnecessary and narcissistic of someone to want to do that when their whole job is basically to just go on social media and play video clips and bring things to the light and commentate and respond on it. That's it. It's that simple. It's not something you ask Candace Owens. You don't need a degree to do it. You don't need a degree. Candace, what's proof of your 2 degrees? Like, she's proof you don't need degrees to do that. And she's got over 5 million subs. Probably half of them are bots anyway, but either way. Man, they keep messing up. So I guess he thinks he's supposed to get a pass. Because, yeah, I'm going to sit here and talk about all the things that's going on in the neighborhood. But I'm going to also tell people that I have a law degree, something about physics, quantum physics, Lord have mercy, quantum physics. Yeah, I'm gonna tell everybody all these things that I have obtained and I haven't. All of that, and for what? Yeah, this is crazy. 14 degrees in so many different areas of studies is absolutely insane. Exactly. Another fake doctor, y'all. Make sure you guys go check out Johnny Walker Dread. Show him some love. All right. He's on it. He's on it over there. Yeah, you can't make this stuff up. Oh, it's so crazy. You can add Dr. Jilly B and Jermaine Shoemaker. It's like a theme. As a matter of fact, we're gonna do a Umar stream. And Cam James did a video called Fubu. It's like the Fubu scammers. For us, by us, Fubu scammers. He mentions Umar in that one. Oh, it's epic. It's epic. They don't have to lie to us to make it seem like they're so intelligent when they're not. Because here's the thing: smart people don't need to lie. They're just smart. They just show us their intellect. They don't need to lie about being smart. If you went to school, fantastic. If you didn't, and you're able to go to school. No one's stopping Rashad Richey from going to school right now if he wanted to, and actually enroll in a real school that's accredited. Even if he wanted to go to law school, he makes money on the Young Turks. He has some notoriety. It would not be difficult for him to go to law school and actually get a real law degree. Or even if he wanted to study some quantum physics, I highly doubt he'd be able to do it. But whatever. He can go to a real school. He's got the money to go. It's so crazy. He says he's also on the staff at Morris Brown College. Yeah. Oh my God, that school was shut down when I was in college. Y'all know how long ago it was. You can't make this up. Yeah, all these people walking around here with these fake degrees. It's unbelievable. So we're gonna get to some Cam James, you all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Hit the like button and let's keep these videos up in the algorithm. Get the views up on them. Just did a Candace live stream, Lord. Let's get the views up on these content so that it can stay up in that algorithm. Keep making her and all of these other cult members, because Rashad Richey has a cult following as well. It's funny. He thinks that just threatening people because First Amendment rights somehow only apply to him and no one else. He thinks that scares me. It doesn't. It just makes him look worse. You're threatening to sue someone because they did a video on you talking about how you got all these degrees that can't be proven. You can't make this stuff up. So he wants to sue everyone for it now, as opposed to just go to school. It's that simple. But either way, let's get to this. Shout out to Cam James for doing this. This is part one, the GOAT of fake degrees. And then there's a part two. He did a live stream where he talked about Rashad trying to threaten to sue him. It's absolutely absurd. Going to court is going to do nothing but put more of that information out to the public, because court documents are available to the public, Rashad Richey, you moron. For some reason, you didn't learn that. Of all the fake things you've learned, that's some real facts you might want to learn about how court works. You can't make this up. His attorney didn't tell him, if you go to court, then all this stuff comes out in discovery. Can't make this up. So let's get to it. Put a 1 in the chat where you can see and hear. Let's go.
All right. In the last episode of Deep Dives, I presented the top 5 red flags that let you know someone is a FUBU scammer, a term I coined 2 years ago to describe Black people using their culture and identity to run manipulative schemes on people who look like them. Sometimes what they're doing is illegal. Sometimes it isn't. In that video, and in the Deep Dives episode I made about him, I called out former preacher and MLM consultant, Dr. Myron Golden, who currently sells business coaching to aspiring business owners and grifters, for getting his advanced degree from a church. Believe it or not, clout goblins can get a whole lot worse than him. This time, I'm talking about Rashad Richey, JD, PhD, EDD, MBA, and LLM. Progressive YouTube commentator, working with the Young Turks via his show Indisputable, president and chief editor at large for Rolling Out, one of the most prominent culture and media brands out of Atlanta, director and professor of business at Morris Brown College, department chair at Beulah Heights University, senior advisor at the Carter Center, and
Oh,
professor
no.
of physics at Paris Graduate School. Just name a
What?
few. There was at least one fake school in that sentence. He was
Professor of
awarded the
physics?
Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award by President Obama and claims that he invented a patented device that can cure Alzheimer's disease, beating an MIT research team to the punch. Some of y'all have already noticed some problems. And I
You
haven't
can't
even
make
gotten to
this
the
up.
punchline yet. As of when I'm publishing this, considering he invents a new degree every couple of years, Richey claims he's earned 5 doctorates and 5 master's degrees in 10 areas of study.
Yo,
I'm concerned. I could end the video there, but he's actually claimed more than that. More than one of his supposed degrees have been wiped off of his LinkedIn. This is where I have to bring up a couple other people whose work I reviewed
This is
alongside my
crazy.
own independent research to make this video. One is the fake PhD investigator who published a couple articles on him last year via Substack. And the other is Johnny Walker Dredd, a YouTuber with a whole playlist of videos walking through all of Richey's lives over the past few years.
Well done,
So
Johnny.
there's almost no one that has pissed me off more than this Dr. Rashad Richey.
Rashad knows who both of these guys are, too, since he argued with them on Twitter at least once after getting called out for these fake degrees. To be clear, almost all of these degrees are fake, with at least 7 of them coming from diploma mills. And we're going to walk through each one. The convo
Illegitimate.
around fake degrees is bigger than him, but the sheer degree of deception here is shocking. And it'll help me frame the discussion with specific examples. Damn near everything you need to know about faking degrees is contained within this one man. Promise you. This story has fake schools, blatant lies, suspect inventions, and empty certifications. Before we break that down, though, I promised y'all we'd take a look at how I tracked my credit score in the last episode.
So disappointed. I'm sure
Allow
they
me
are.
to make good on that promise with longtime channel sponsor, Aura. This will take less than a minute. I appreciate
Yeah.
that.
I'm sorry. Mommy don't do this. he can be mad at me later.
Let's slow down for a second. I can't assume y'all know who the hell I'm talking about. The internet's a big place. We have to establish why this expose even matters. Am I just roasting another YouTuber? Nah, not really. He's much more than that to the wider Black media landscape. I couldn't fit all his accolades in the intro. Y'all bear it with me. According to his talent listing on the Young Turks website, he's been running the political news
Conveyor
circuit
of
for
facts.
decades. MSNBC, Fox News, BBC, something called the
Child
Black
food.
News Channel. He's the president of Rolling Out, which is the largest Black-owned publication in America, according to them, with 2.8 million monthly readers. He was voted best talk radio personality in Atlanta by the Atlanta Journal
I want to see the numbers on that.
Constitution's readers. I used to work there. For the morning radio show he named after himself, he was nominated for an Emmy, Southeast Regional Emmy. There's thousands of these collecting dust on people's shelves. I've seen them after covering a small town's legacy of racial discrimination for CBS News. And he's a political commentator for V103, aka the People Station. The bio goes on to say that since he grew up in the streets of Atlanta, the city I also live in, he volunteers his time to help the youth via the Rashad Richey Foundation, Incorporated. He was the political director and chief strategist for the Democratic Party of Georgia, and later became their first Black lobbyist, successfully lobbying for increased educational funding, criminal justice reform, and against human sex trafficking loopholes. He's reportedly donated hundreds of thousands of dollars in scholarships, interviewed everybody from...
What are receipts on these scholarships? Because I don't know why he won't put himself through a real school. A real school, Rashad. A real school that is accredited. You can literally go to a real school. You can't make this up. That's just
Kamala
lazy work.
Harris to Clifford Harris. Look, he has a reel. Watch a piece of that, and I'll catch y'all later.
Oh, good Lord.
Welcome to Dr. Rashad Richey, Indisputable. This is going to be quite interesting. I don't know if you can handle this much truth. On any day of the week, the unrest inside of the Black community and communities that support them is because these cops are not held accountable.
It sounds like for everybody's need who wants to crucify the cops without looking at it.
No, crucify bad cops, brother.
Of
Bad
course.
cops.
We don't need the government to step into our lives mandating that we should be wearing a mask.
You putting on the mask train is government intrusion, but you don't think the government telling a woman what she can or cannot do with her body is a government.
I can read it to you, bro.
You seem very well prepared. Certainly more.
Of course,
prepared
why would I
than
not be well prepared?
They don't stop, I don't stop. Racism won't stop, I won't stop.
This is good, Rashad.
I told y'all this was gonna hurt. Yeah, from the outside looking in, he's a black progressive leftist
You
like
can
me.
make this up.
By all accounts, his media presence has been crucial in the fight against systemic racism and discrimination, despite the clickbait thumbnail.
Shout out to you, Black Anonymous. What's going on? How you doing? Make sure you drop your YouTube channel link for my moms. If you guys have YouTube channels, drop the links in the chat. You don't even have to ask. Drop your links in our S files. Make sure you drop your link. Black Anonymous, drop your link. Y'all drop your links to your YouTube channels in the chat so people can see your great content as well. Let's get you to support your way. Yeah, this was Rashad Richey. Just because you sit here, you're like an Umar, you know, of the Oompa Loopaville. Just because you sit here and claim that you're helping Black communities does not mean that you're actually helping if you're lying to them about your education, about degrees that you don't need to do what you do. You don't need all of these degrees to be a political commentator. And for whatever education you do need, now you make enough money to go to school and get it. You can't make this up.
Nails and efforts to profit off of drama. I saw him debating some of the worst conservatives in the world, like Rob Smith in that clip, as well as many white far-right conservatives. I think talk show debates are pointless clout chasing because nobody cites their sources. But I digress. He's fighting the good fight, right? That should exempt him from being called out for blatant lies, right? Hell no. And the rest of this video exists to do just that. This one's for everybody claiming I only attack a certain type of person. We got to call out our own.
Yep.
First, we need to establish what he's claimed to have and confirm it's him behind those claims in the first place. I'm using 3 sources for this: his official LinkedIn page, his official bio on the Young Turks talent site, and his bio on the Fairness Firm site. That last one was a firm he created, which has a much longer name on paper: International Law Group of Human and Civil Rights Attorneys, PC. I said was because the firm was administratively dissolved this September, according to the Georgia State Department. That's what happens when you don't pay your bills. He's listed as a CFO on this page.
Wow.
The bio calls him a managing partner, and he doesn't even practice law since he hasn't passed the bar at time of publication. That JD isn't real either, but we'll get to that. They probably...
I don't... Rashad, let me explain something to you, you clown. So all those who have actually obtained a Juris Doctorate degree, you're giving them a bad name. You really are. My godmother, who retired as a federal judge, has a JD. That's why your little threats about lawsuits don't scare nobody. Not me. That don't work over here on the LLC. My godmother's a retired federal judge. So that don't scare me at all. Why would you claim to have something you can't prove? A degree mill? Seriously? For a JD? That's what you want to go get that from a degree mill. You know the sacrifice people had to pay, the sacrifices made for some people to have to go to law school and go and get an actual JD. Is it daft or dumb or what?
Closed up shop due to not having enough clients. To be honest,
my good Lord.
Out of the 10 to 12 advanced degrees Rashad Richey's claimed to hold over the last 25 years or so, almost all of them are from fake schools, diploma mills, or non-existent degree programs at real schools. Let's run down the list on the Fairness Firm's site and cross-reference it with his OG LinkedIn, the one Johnny Walker Dredd covered last year. Anything you've ever put in the education section is fair game. You don't get to erase lies and get away with it. Let's start with this Juris Doctor degree in law. It's the degree that qualifies you to put JD after your name. Renaissance University is a real institution based in Ogboka, Nigeria. I hope that's the one he's talking about, because the other one is in Indore, India. And that one doesn't offer a JD, only Master of Laws degrees, or LLMs. The one in Nigeria has a Faculty of Law graduate program, although the first sentence on their graduate program's page says, quote, Renaissance University, RNU, is an institution established with excellence as goal, end quote. English may not be their first language, but it's not looking great. Rashad, you didn't enroll in some degree completion program with transferred credits, as you claimed in this typo-filled article you wrote on your own radio show's site. It wasn't online either, because this is a college proudly bragging about having 300 plus computers. Not a shot at them. It's a shot at you for telling that lie in the first place. You don't have a real JD, at least not from them. This Master of Laws degree he claims to have from Université de la Renaissance d'Haïti. He says on LinkedIn, while explaining how this degree isn't a scam, a perfectly normal thing everyone does on LinkedIn, while listing it under the Birmingham School of Law, a college he transferred from or flunked out of, that he's eligible for the bar under the FCE eligibility rules of the American Bar Association. I don't know what those are. So I went to the ABA's page where they listed every school they've approved. And this joint ain't on any of these lists. You didn't go to school in Haiti, and you don't have a real Master of Laws degree. In that same self-published article I just mentioned, he also says he accepted a position as Director of Global Legal Operations at the International Law Group of Human and Civil Rights Attorneys, blah, 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 also known as the Fairness Firm. You created that position. Man created a law firm to grift off his audience and put real Black attorneys who are also women on the front lines to do the real work. In my opinion, we got to double back on that Haitian university real quick. The fake PhD investigators' research uncovered that the unaccredited diploma mill, European American University, is the one that got him degrees from both the Université de la Renaissance de Haiti and Universidad Empresarial, aka the Business School of Costa Rica. Again, both of these schools exist. That is not true. I'm sorry. I filmed that. I had that done already. I went back and was like, wait a minute, let me double check. One of those schools is real, the Université de la Renaissance de Haiti. I checked out their website, and like me, I'm sure y'all can see the problem already. This school is extremely bare bones. They don't have the faculty or the ability to facilitate any kind of international program, which is very clear from their website. They barely have a real logo. Their campus is super small, and I'm sure they're doing great work in Port-au-Prince, but they don't have any kind of capability to facilitate international programs like this. They're asking for donations on the site. So that's a real school that he did not get that degree from. Let's move to the Business University of Costa Rica, otherwise known as UNEM.
There's got to be a problem with him to think that it's okay to lie like hell about these degrees just because. Why does he think this is okay? Like, why does he feel like he needs to even say he has these degrees? Just let it be. Either you went to school or you didn't. If you didn't go to school, so what? You're a political commentator on the Young Turks. Do you need a degree for that? The answer is no, you don't.
The site doesn't even work.
Can't make this up.
The about menu, the courses menu, events, none of it. None of it works. It's stock images and stock quotes about what the school is like, but no actual footage of the school, no actual pictures of the school, which is a dead giveaway every time. If a college has to rely on stock images, it hasn't been around very long, and or it's fake, period. I'm sorry, I've been to Costa Rica. They don't look like this. Where are the Costa Ricans?
It will take him years.
Is this High School Musical? Check out the section about their staff or their professors. Right click on any of the photos. I'm going to choose the one by Manuel Dorian. Search for Google Lens. Guess what pops up? Lions HR also uses this photo. Oh, there we go. There's a stock photo from Shutterstock of a mature, happy, smiling businessman. I'm doing a lot of work. Most of it's probably unnecessary. Y'all probably believe me by now. But for those who are fans of his, who are going to come in my comments complaining about me not doing my due diligence, shut the hell up. That's his doctorate in philosophy and Master of Science in Applied Physics and Quantum Mechanics. Gone. Fake degrees, not real. You need more proof?
Oh, Cam James. Mama loves you, honey. With sexy. So he said, shut the hell up. You know, Rashad Richey has a little cult following too. There's nothing wrong with supporting someone in what they do and then still being able to put them in check. I'm not here to tell anybody to stop watching them. I can't control that. But there's nothing wrong with saying, okay, if you claim to have all these degrees, you need to prove it. or otherwise, stop lying about it. It's no point. You don't need these degrees to work for the Young Turks to pull up a video and talk about it. You're a commentator. You're a blogger, dude. That's Rashad. You're a political blogger. When did you need a JD to do that? Never. There is no reason to lie. And to defend him in this nonsense where you don't pay his bills or mine is absolutely insane. It's insane for anyone to want to defend him in this nonsense. If you don't pay my bills, I really don't give a damn. But you don't pay his either. So why defend him? When he's wrong, he's just wrong. Hold him accountable. And then if you still want to watch him, go for it, because no one can control you with that. But it actually has this cult-like following of people. Why are you sitting here tearing down a black man? Why do you think I wouldn't say this about anybody else? That's a funny question to me. A liar is a liar. I don't care what color skin he is.
I went to the European American University site. The fake PhD investigators' research uncovered that the unaccredited diploma mill, European American University, is the one that got him degrees. Searched one of the images with Google Lens and found out it was a shot from Dame Julia Goodfellow's retirement from the University of Kent. That's a whole other college. Lies. Richey partnered with this fake-ass university to get several of his degrees. And that means there's one more hiding on this list that we can scratch off now. This Bachelor of Science in Applied Psychology from École Supérieure, Euro, can't pronounce that shit. Supérieur.
École supérieure.
Euro-Américaine, aka European American University. You thought we wouldn't catch that since you switched languages. Bonus points. This university was founded and operated by John Kersey, a far-right conservative with even more accolades to his name than Rashad has, somehow. This bio is in the Hall of Fame of overcompensation. I promise y'all are not ready for this. Kersey has a stack of overlapping doctorates, chancellor and professor positions at the same fake colleges Rashad Richey got his degrees from, light bulb, archbishop positions, and he named himself royalty in Europe. Published hella books himself via the European American press, has multiple knighthoods.
Did he say he named himself royalty? How does one do that? You know, I've just been knighted today. I'm going to just go ahead and say this. I've just knighted myself by whomever's running the monarchy over there in Britain as Queen of YouTube. Yep. Yeah, I didn't know that. I just adorned myself to be Queen of YouTube. Yeah, that's how that works.
Is in the Hall of Fame of overcompensation. I promise y'all are not ready for this. Kersey has a stack of overlapping doctorates, chancellor and professor positions at the same fake colleges Rashad Richey got his degrees from, light bulb, archbishop positions, and he named himself royalty in Europe. Published hella books himself via the European American press, has multiple knighthoods, is a colonel, admiral, and lieutenant colonel in several American states, and got a Lifetime Achievement Award from President Obama in 2014. Surprise, surprise. Quick note on this award, since we've seen it pop up for both of these people so far. It was established by George W. as part of the President's Volunteer Service Award Program and has several levels based on the hours you've contributed to community service through various programs. 4,000 hours is all you need to get a Lifetime Achievement Award, meaning hundreds of thousands of people have technically qualified. If anyone brags about this, like Richey has on multiple occasions, it's a massive red flag. David E. Taylor, the scamming pastor I roasted in a prior episode, claimed to have one of these too.
Who's now indicted? See, when you get indicted by the FBI, because you know he was just a cult leader for the most part. This David E. Taylor here, because I've read his indictment. He was nothing more than a cult leader who scammed people out of money and did it in the name of God, which is absolute blasphemy. And he got a presidential. How do I get a presidential lifetime achievement award here? And since I'm queen of YouTube, I should just get one of those automatically. Trump, I'm waiting on you. You can't make this out. Whatever presidential anything that he received. Oh, he was a recipient. God. Whatever he receives, if he received anything, it should be revoked from him immediately. Because he's been indicted by the FBI. You don't have federal charges and be indicted by the FBI and then say that you have a presidential lifetime award of any sort or even a recipient. They should be denouncing him in the White House. You can't make this up.
He got arrested for fraud. Stop the cap. It's not the same thing as the American Medal of Freedom, which is what y'all are trying to do. If you want more info on Kersey's lies, this article goes into much more detail. That's linked below. Back to Rashad.
Unbelievable.
This doctorate in law, specifically LLD degree in immigration from Azteca University, is on both his LinkedIn and the Fairness Firm's bio. Not sure why he needs an LLD and a JD, but we're going to invalidate it anyway. Azteca University isn't accredited by any institution recognized in the United States or by the Bar Association. The Asia Pacific School of Business, which is what APSB stands for, next to this Master of Science in Cognitive Psychology degree, is a completely fake school. Scrolling down the homepage is more than enough to prove that several times over, as the level of disorganization, random info, and lack of Asian people is a dead giveaway. I watched this banner scroll for a minute before catching Neil deGrasse Tyson, Robin Roberts, and RuPaul. You don't have a cognitive psych master's. Next, this master's in neurophysics is on his LinkedIn, but didn't make it to the Fairness Firm bio. IIC University of Technology doesn't have a neurophysics graduate program. They literally only teach information systems, and most of the site is in Cambodian, fam. How many languages do you know? The Masters of Science in Neuroscience, he claims is from the University of Pacific. This claim is also echoed on an old version of his LinkedIn, found by Johnny Walker Dredd last year.
He has Duke's logo there, but he claims a Master of Science in Neuroscience at University of Pacific. Again, it's University of the Pacific.
First off, why the hell are you tagging Duke if you never went there? And secondly, there is no University of Pacific. Update, I found it, and it is another fake school. What the hell does shine your future mean? Stock pictures. University of Pacific providing curricula. That's an excellent way to start a sentence. Again, this is supposed to be in Nicaragua. Where the hell are all these white people coming from? Just in case, he was referring to the University of Pacific. I'm just give that to y'all. They don't have a neuroscience grad program, bro. You're lying. You don't have a master's in neuroscience. What's left? What's left? We can't forget his PhD in quantum physics from Paris Graduate School. He couldn't seem to make up his mind on what he actually did here, considering the old version of his LinkedIn said he was the department chair of science, law, and philosophy. 3 different departments at any real university.
It's one thing to be the department chair of a physics department or a law department or a philosophy department, but he's the chair of all 3.
The dates were also from July 2023 to present, when Johnny made his video on this a couple years back. Fast forward to today, and the start date is April 2022. All of a sudden,
Duke University should be mad as hell and suing him. How dare you use our logo for this? Should be using the bikini bottom. It's the pineapple you're going for, not ours. You can't make this up.
And he's only claiming a PhD in philosophy and quantum physics now. By the way, quantum physics is just a term he loves using. No accredited degree program anywhere puts those two words together.
He has no idea what physics is.
Man, is
quantum physics, Rashad. I'm sorry. How do these degrees even have any relation to each other? What does it have to do with the price of apples or oranges? Like, he has degrees that they're not even in the same ballpark. How do we go from a law degree to something dealing with quantum physics? Something you still can't define. I highly doubt he could tell you what his blood type is. Like, this is absolute madness. Why is he doing this?
Let's hit the homepage of Paris Graduate School. The first sentence I see is incoherent. A graduate school anywhere shouldn't get a
Admission
pass
are now
for
open.
language barriers, but one in Paris definitely doesn't. They don't have a quantum physics degree program because no one does. And the last thing, they still
You can't make
list
this up.
Rashad as the chair of all 3 departments. You can't
Science,
even
law,
get your
and
LinkedIn
philosophy.
on.
Listen, let me tell you something, Rashad. You clown. You have like many great philosophers that came from France. Okay. I mean, the father of medicine was French. Are we serious here? They helped in discovering. Actually, they were the leading researchers in discovering the virus, the HIV virus, being a whole new strand. Many of things he would not be able to explain at all. Father of medicine came up with penicillin from France. You can't make this up. And here he claims to be the chairman. What? Yeah, there's 3 whole different departments on here. Science, philosophy, and law. You cannot make this up. This is
Quantum physics now. By the way, quantum physics is just a term he loves
J.B.
using. No
Corbin?
accredited degree program anywhere puts those 2 words together. Man is ignorant. Let's hit the homepage of Paris Graduate School. The first sentence I see is incoherent. A graduate school anywhere
Probably
shouldn't get a
Melinda.
pass for language barriers, but one in Paris definitely doesn't. They don't have a quantum physics degree program because no one does. And the last thing, they still list Rashad as the chair of all 3 departments. You can't even get your LinkedIn on code with the school, fam. The last thing they posted on IG.
Y'all, that lady looks like she's terrified. How much I bet? She was either paid or bullied. It was either a bribery or a bully. Which B word do you think applies here? Her face is telling me it might have been a mixture of 2. Okay. Looks like she was in between crying and they just managed to get a smile out, or it looks like it. But deep down, she looks like she's crying. Okay. I don't have to stand here. I know the police is on the way. Yeah, she looks like she is petrified. Girl, next time, wave a white flag if you need help. You can't
Was
make
a
this
pic
up.
of him getting his diploma.
Yeah, she looks
And that was 3 months
scared.
ago. So I think it's safe to say this isn't an active school at all.
God.
My working theory is that Dr. Sua Akiki, who's the one seen in this diploma
my
photo,
Lord.
founded this diploma
Thank
mill
you.
and slowly built the infrastructure around it to appear legitimate because their site used to look a lot worse. He has Atlanta's John Marshall Law School on his LinkedIn, even though he flunked out after 1 semester in
flunked out.
2021. He lists MIT's.
The one real school he attended, he flunked out. He flunked out. That means he failed. You failed, Rashad. You failed. Perhaps you could have saved yourself the embarrassment and just withdrew. No, he failed and he was kicked out of the school. That goes to show the knowledge that he has about the law. You know, considering the fact that he's flunking out of law school and can't even get a law degree here in the state of Georgia. Go figure. So the one real school he goes to, he flunks out of it. And yet he wants to sue everybody that does a video on him. Because, you know, he doesn't know how the First Amendment works either. You can't make this up.
Open courseware in advanced physics, even though that was really
No, this is
43
insane.
downloaded courses he completed on his own time with no real evaluation over the course of 18 years. I guess I passed film school then. He got an energy medicine certificate.
Hey, I passed medical school. You ought to know. I'm the queen of YouTube. Y'all are just my peasants.
Certification from UCF that essentially amounts to feeling the aura of somebody's body and translating that to real medicine as if that's a thing that works. All y'all spiritual hoodoo crystal people, don't come at me. And then there's Beulah Heights. He claims 2 degrees from Beulah, where he served as the department chair of adult learning, a BA and an MA. And maybe he actually got those. All I know is I went to their site too. And it's a little known Christian college in Atlanta. Against my will, I get jump scared by Rashad on their header with a promo telling me he conducted a class teaching kids at Beulah earlier this month on how to incorporate a nonprofit, among other things, for $150 a pop.
Y'all better not pay for that. Don't pay for that. Tell Beulah Heights they might want to rethink who they have coming in as speakers, especially if they're sitting here advertising a $150 course when they're already paying for tuition. That's absolutely absurd. No one needs to take his class to graduate. You should not be required to do that. You can't make this up. I would be mad as hell. Beulah Heights would have to refund a lot of kids their money if they're forcing them to take his class in order to pass and get a degree. Ooh, I'd be mad. I'd be mad.
Must be that community service he's always talking about. If y'all are still watching this after all these fraudulent degrees, I salute you. I got one more that kind of built the foundation of all the other lies. He used to claim that he got yet another PhD from Schofield Graduate School, which is located in Modesto, California, according to their old site, before they rebranded as Western Orthodox University, because they all rebrand. Here's what that address pulled up on Google.
Because of him.
Yeah, that's Schofield Seminary on that sign. It's a neighborhood church. In all likelihood, he just paid this seminary to get his degree. Sounds like that's how Myron got his PhD too. Full circle. Now that we got at least 90% of his degrees out of here and the presidential award, what's left? The quantum physics book he wrote and his medical invention that helps cure Alzheimer's disease. I can't have y'all or any of his fanboys that are going to be in my comments walking away giving him credit for either one of those. This is relevant because the signs of a fake degree extend beyond the schools. People with fake degrees do weirdo shit, period. One of the weird things he's done is turn one of his dissertations into a book on Amazon. It's 90 pages. And
ancient Egyptian mastery. Ancient Egyptian. Stop. Why? Why does it have to say ancient Egyptian? Period. He's another one calling himself a doctor, to which I refuse to do. You're not finna insult people who legitimately earned that title. Ancient Egyptian. Mastery of quantum physics, vibratory frequency, and geometric sciences. None of these things he probably even took a class on to pass or fail out of. When you flunk out of law school, don't get upset when people don't believe you have a law degree. Because see, if you had to go on your own without having to pay a degree meal, if you just had to go through it on your own, you flunked out. So we already have a taste of what it's like for you to actually learn anything about the law. You know, because the idea of him suing people because of free speech and expression and freedom of the press is laughable on is own. It's also proof his ass did not learn a damn thing the time he was enrolled in a law school. You know, because he flunked out. It means you failed. You failed. And now he has a book. Why even put ancient Egyptian up there? Why is that there? Why is it just not called Mastery of Quantum Physics, Vibratory Frequency, and Geometric Sciences? Or just Quantum Physics? It's a thing.
Double spaced, but one look at the cover should tell you everything you need to know. The words take up the whole cover. It looks like me trying to design in my...
I could say that without laughing. Quantum Physics. It's a real thing. That should be the title of his book. And that's it.
Microsoft Paint when I was 12. The alignment is off to the right for some reason. There's no space on top. The font is too big. His name isn't aligned correctly. You get it. The title implies that the ancient Egyptians had a grasp of quantum physics, vibratory frequency, which is not a real thing, and geometric sciences. I'm not going to pretend to understand any of it. There's just no evidence to support that. I know it hurts some of my people when I remind you that ancient Egyptians weren't gods and that they have very little connective tissue with our actual ancestors. What? But we got to move on from the conspiracy theories. That's not what we're here for today. As for this invasion,
you got hit with a violation because of that? You can't make this up. Oh yeah, he's a snowflake, honey. He wants to sue everybody that does videos on him. Because he acts as if we don't have First Amendment rights. Yeah, no. We have the right to our opinion, you clown. You can't make this up. So he hit you with a violation for a comment. What is wrong with these people? They act as if people don't have the right to their own opinion. The fact that there are fake degrees out here is enough. But Candace obviously she says she's got 2 degrees. Go figure. Candace, show us your 2 degrees, because they might be from some degree mills. Who knows? And then maybe she's lying about her name. I'm willing to go all the way there with Candace. Yep, Candace on there dropped that too. Yep. How you doing, Tavares? What the heck? This book is something else. It's crazy.
The one that supposedly helps cure Alzheimer's.
That right
he
there.
claimed he beat the MIT group to the punch in developing his brain entrainment device. But these devices had existed years beforehand. The treatment itself has existed for 50 years, to be exact, according to the National Institute of Health. He's claimed that he was granted provisional patent status. I'm so tired of doing finger quotes, but everything he says is a lie. But there's no such thing as provisional status. He has a patent application in the system, and it hasn't been granted yet. It's that simple. NeuroEM, a company with actual devices on the market, has 2 patents for wearable devices designed to slow or stop Alzheimer's disease, with one dating back to 2015. They're licensing their devices out already. I honestly hope yours does what you say it does, Rashad. It's a noble effort. That application looks like it was a lot of work to put together too, but you got to stop lying. His publication, Rolling Out, published a puff piece praising his research paper about quantum physics. It was published in a pay-for-play publication called the International Journal of Science and Research, which sounds legit, but it pretends to be a scientific journal. We know this because of this impact score on top of the page. Those scores are given out by the Web of Science organization, and they have a searchable database. That journal doesn't show up. So this score is completely fabricated.
Oh my God.
Speaking of fabrication, please pay attention to this part. The International Journal of Science and Research, which I just called out as fake, published a video on YouTube that says this.
Dr. Richey is the patent holder for the neurological brain entrainment device.
He doesn't hold a patent. We've been over this. Listening to this video's narration made it kind of clear that, in my opinion, he's using AI to craft these stories in the first place, and then putting AI voiceovers on his own videos.
Meet Paris Graduate School professor.
Paris Graduate School isn't real.
Cognitive decline seemingly reversed course and hailed in Tech Times magazine, Meditech Today, and Forbes as potentially the leading technology in the search to find a cure to Alzheimer's.
Yes, Forbes is a real claim that Rashad himself made on his Instagram. It isn't just this weird YouTube video. But if you look closely, it says Forbes Switzerland. Forbes Switzerland is a real site. I typed in Rashad Richey in the search bar, and it turned this up. That's Swedish for bullshit. All right, this has been a lot, and I hear what y'all are thinking.
Give them a chance to defend themselves.
Not only did I reach out to Rashad before releasing this piece, but he's already tried to defend himself against these allegations. They're not new. This crazy long article published by his fake propaganda site, Science News, was found by the fake PhD investigator. He uncovered that a woman named Crystal Bowie, another media figure who retired from being a reporter to move into running a PR firm called Spotlight Communications Group, remember that name, helped him create a network of fake sites. How do we know these sites are owned by Rashad and his associate Crystal?
Look at that, same IP address.
This domain tracker site lists him as a former owner of one of them, AmericanNewsNow.us. The email attached to it is info@spotlightcommunicationsgroup.com. I told y'all to remember that joint. Y'all were slick in disguising the other ones like Science Newswatch, but you got sloppy. First thing we see in the article that's supposed to be defending him is the listed writers and contributors. Nancy Trumbull, PhD, T. Eccles. I don't know if any of these people are real. They don't show up on Google. One of them, Detective Kay Ashford from the National Investigation and Intelligence Agency, is definitely fake because that agency doesn't exist. The lack of first name.
Why are you creating fake agencies? Jesus, help the children. creating fake agencies. What the hell? Oh my God, y'all. Cam James did not come to play. He did not come to play. He said, listen, for all you little cheerleaders of Rashad Richey, talking about, oh, you putting down a black man. No, a black man is just lying like hell and we calling him out. You kidding me? This is ridiculous. Why are you creating an agency that's got investigation and intelligence in the words, in the headline? Why? Y'all, that's like Candace saying she works for the CIA. This is some bullshit. Oh, Rashad Richey, you tried, and then you want to sue him? Kick rocks.
Is a tell at this point. Implant isn't real, and Erica Wilson is just the lawyer from the fairness firm. These doctors at the bottom exist, but they're just being brought up as support for all these lies. I'm not presenting this whole article, and the site literally doesn't exist anymore. So I'll speed run this and link it below. He defends his degree from University of Pacific, which I've proven is a fake school. What the hell does shine your future mean? And defends a degree we haven't even mentioned from the school in Haiti. This master's in agronomical physics, which he doesn't claim anywhere public. It's not something offered at that school. We've been over this. All these images are stock photos I've already shown you from the school's sites. And there's 0 images of him at those schools. What does a bunch of Asian people graduating have to do with you? This pic from Euro-American University has John Kersey in it. He says himself that Beulah Heights University is accredited. He really shouldn't have said that. I double checked which kind of accreditation they have, and it's called TRACS, a national accreditation used for Christian colleges. Regional accreditation is the gold standard, not national. This national accreditation doesn't mean anything. You shouldn't have been talking shit. Y'all got to see by now that this is a hustle. Obscure, non-existent school systems are being used by these clout goblins to build up their brand and get the bag. He announced a brand new degree this year from the Giesel School of Medicine at Dartmouth, as if anybody who already believed the rest of this nonsense needed more convincing. Mr. Rashad Richey is a 2-degree, at best, charlatan, wearing the clothes of a progressive media figure, standing on a soapbox full of lies. If y'all want a part 2, exploring more people with inflated PhDs, or more details about Richey's ties to conservatives behind all this progressive content he makes for the Young Turks, let me know. I'll catch y'all in 2026. Thank you for the support in this journey.
And part 2.
In the first part of this.
Y'all, let me explain something to you. Johnny Walker Dredd has been doing videos and content on these fake degrees, this degree mill, all this stuff on Rashad Richey for a while. You just now have these larger content creators like Cam James and Nate the lawyer, who's an actual bar licensed attorney, that are also bringing this stuff to light because he keeps lying about getting these degrees, just like we saw at the end of the first video. Rashad Richey lied about getting another degree from Giesel School of Medicine, something, blah, blah, blah. Why? That's my question. Why is he still lying about getting these degrees? The question shouldn't be, I mean, you can ask it, but we're going to ask the question right back. Why is this all coming out now? Why is he still lying about it right now? Why is he still creating new fake degrees? Yeah. He needs to knock it off. To be a political commentator on the Young Turks, he doesn't need all these damn degrees, so why make them up? Either the degrees are fake or the school is fake and they aren't even real. So what's the purpose? Ask him, why is he still doing that nonsense like he's 16 years old? Rashad Richey acts like he just came out on social media, like he needs to somehow catapult himself to the top by lying like hell. Why? For what he does not need half of these degrees. So why make them up? Why have people create fake websites with the same IP address? Why do all that? If you could do all that, you're wasting time doing all of that. You're paying people to create all this fake nonsense. Just go get a real degree. Because it is that simple. He's got the money. He's spending money on stupid crap, like lying like hell. He keep up fake websites and stuff, but he just won't put money into actually getting a real degree. Make that make sense? Yeah, we're checking out part 2.
Series, I guess. I talked about the many fake degrees of Rashad Richey, a political media figure who's been prominent in the YouTube and larger Black political landscape for years. He works with the Young Turks Network and broadcasts progressive debates and opinion pieces, as well as top Karen of the Year segments. Important political discussions like that. I joke. I actually ran down his accolades at the top of my previous piece on him, which is what brings us here today. After covering all the programs he's appeared on and the Southeast Regional Emmy that he was nominated for, among other things, I moved into all the lying. And there's a lot of it. Since I gave him a heads up that piece was coming out 48 hours before releasing it, which is standard for journalistic publications, he responded with a full edited TV segment the day after I released it, defending himself against my allegations. He didn't call me out by name, but my piece came out the day before and got 100,000 views. So I think I'm good in estimating that I was the reason he was making it. He really tried his best to defend the indefensible with painstaking details, but it was very inadequate in my opinion, and I'm going to show y'all why. There's actually a long list of things I called him out for that he didn't defend in that piece or even bring up because he didn't watch my video before making that response. Unfortunately, that was a mistake. Here's the claims I made that he didn't address, just so we get those out the way. IIC University, where he got that neurophysics degree. IIC University of Technology doesn't have a neurophysics graduate program. They literally only teach information systems. And most of the site is in Cambodian, fam. How many languages do you know? European American University, who he got several degrees through via John Kersey, a conservative who has a chain of fake degrees and fake things assigned to his name as well, as I reviewed in the first video. Also another fake degree. The Asia Pacific School of Business. He used to claim a degree from this one as well. That is also a fake school, as I reviewed in the first part. He didn't mention this. His degree from the Schofield Seminary. This is a neighborhood church that I reviewed in the first part as well. He's claimed all of these degrees and accomplishments on his LinkedIn and on the description for the Fairness Firm, a firm he created as a person who doesn't practice law because he hasn't passed the bar. I also mentioned his quantum physics book and his cure for Alzheimer's.
Dr. Richey is the patent holder for the neurological brain entrainment device.
He doesn't hold a patent. We've been over this. Listening to this video's narration made it kind of clear that, in my opinion, he's using AI to craft these stories in the first place, and then putting AI voiceovers on his own videos. Both of those things were in my first installment, and neither of them appeared in his response video. So that is all the things that I alleged that he had no response for and no answer for.
Yeah, because
now let's move into the things he tried to defend in his response. I'm going to point out why each and every one of them doesn't hold up in the light. But first, I have to start with a school I didn't even mention in my first video, Clark Atlanta University. I didn't bring that up in part 1 because I never said it was a lie. I told him at the end of the video that he has 2 degrees at best, and I meant advanced degrees. I was never concerned about his bachelor's degrees or any associate's degrees he might have. None of that was even on my radar. I saw it on the listings, but that was not something I was looking to challenge. So that's not really up for debate here. Clark Atlanta is actually one of the only schools that he has pictures of that he attended and graduated from for sure, where he has a degree on the wall.
Thank you.
Unfortunately,
this is my thing here. Jay the Informer, shout out to you, honey. Y'all shout out to Jay the Informer. He's a fantastic content creator. We got did we get his YouTube channel link drop? Y'all go check out Jay the Informer here. Rashad, you goon. If you created a cure for Alzheimer's, you would not be working for the Young Turks. Do you understand what type of inclination that is to scientific discovery? He would probably in the Guinness Book of World Records or something. I mean, the idea that he is claiming to have a patent for something that could be a cure for a very real serious disease. It is an insult to anyone that knows someone or themselves have Alzheimer's disease. You're giving people false hope about something that's not real. You would not even be able to explain the science behind this mask. He probably would not even be able to tell you the actual wires used inside of this mask to do anything and its effects on the human body. He wouldn't be able to tell you that science at all, or even to describe how it's manufactured, or even to go over the blueprint design. Like that is such a dangerous thing to sit here to say you have something that could help cure Alzheimer's disease. He might as well just say I have the cure for cancer. Especially when he didn't go to anybody's medical school to understand the science behind Alzheimer's disease. That is, it's an insult. It has to be an act of cruelty here. And he wants to sue someone and think that would not come up in court. It's the idiocy of it all. You don't sit here and claim you created a mask that could cure Alzheimer's, and you can't even prove your medical degree is real. What are we talking about? There's no patent here. You have to prove how this thing works and have clinical trials and testing results, stuff you can't buy. Because the lawsuits that come behind that are going to be far greater than what you think you're imagining when it comes to someone making a video about you getting a fake degree. You're going to have to spend out a lot more money in lawsuits if you get sued over this mask. To that, I'll let Rashad Richey find out the hard way. He can find out the hard way. But I just think it's so cruel to say, hey, I have a mask that'll help cure Alzheimer's. And you can't even prove that you have a real medical degree. And you're giving people hope about something regarding a very serious disease. It's so crazy. Shout out to you, JV Informer. There is his YouTube channel link. Make sure you guys go check him out and show him some support. There is no Alzheimer's cure, just treatment. So I don't know which cure he is talking about. Yeah, this mask is supposed to be some sort of patent, something to help. He can't even explain the science behind this mask. I think those types of accusations should be criminally looked into. See, this is what happens when you threaten to sue people, Rashad. That stuff comes back and it bites you in the ass. That's a discovery he would not want to be made available to the public either. Because all of that is going to come into question. It's just cruel to even claim that you have something that could help patients with Alzheimer's disease, knowing damn well you can't prove your medical degree is real. This is crazy. Yeah, it's so insane. We go back.
Never said it was a lie. I told him at the end of the video that he has 2 degrees at best, and I meant advanced degrees. I was never concerned about his bachelor's degrees or any associate's degrees he might have. None of that was even on my radar. I saw it on the listings, but that was not something I was looking to challenge. So that's not really up for debate here. Clark Atlanta is actually one of the only schools that he has pictures of that he attended and graduated from, for sure, where he has a degree on the wall. Unfortunately, there's a problem when it comes to this Clark Atlanta University mention, right? He mentions that he published his dissertation in a journal called the International Journal of Science and Research. In part 1, I broke down how this is a predatory journal that is not peer reviewed.
He did Umar about what Umar ended it with the FUBU scammers. Is that the one you're talking about? Because that's in the lineup for us to check out when we do the live about Umar. If it's another one that I'm missing, let me know. But I do believe the one he did with Umar in it is the FUBU scammers. And Umar was one, I think, of 3 or 4 of them. Yeah. So let me know if I'm missing one. Shout out to writer Albert Lanier, who's another content creator here. He also has a blog as well on Substack. So you guys make sure you go check out writer Albert Lanier on his YouTube channel. If I can get the link, please. Dropped in the chat for his YouTube channel. Let's show him some support. I appreciate it. Yo, it's the year of unveiling the scammers here. Umar's going down. Rashad, Candace, they're catching it. They need to stop stepping on the backs of people thinking that they're just old support while they lie like hell. If they get to lie as bad as they do, I get to proclaim myself to be queen of YouTube. I'm just saying. I'm queen of YouTube.
And not double blind in any way. Sounds legit, but it pretends to be a scientific journal. We know this because of this impact score on top of the page. Those scores are given out by the Web of Science organization, and they have a searchable database. That journal doesn't show up. So this score is completely fabricated. It's listed by an independent organization that finds and lists and evaluates predatory journals. This journal has very aggressive solicitation, meaning they're thirsty for submissions and they're asking for them all the time. Journals don't do that. They have very low editorial standards and they review and post very quickly. All these things are not things you're going to find in any respected scientific journal. This is the only journal he has ever been published in, and it's an invalid predatory journal. It's going to come up a couple more times in this story, so I have to make this point. Why is the only journal you can get published in based in India?
Wow.
That doesn't say anything sketch to you? This may be his only real dissertation. Maybe this dissertation is real, but the publisher is extremely suspect. And putting that front and center as something you're going to brag about to solidify your credentials on an international broadcast, that's not a good look.
And you will find it in the fully refereed, peer-reviewed, double-blind academic journal called the International Journal of Science and Research.
The generic name of this journal indicates that they have no real credentials and no specific area of focus. Real journals have more descriptive names in them, like cognitive research, and they don't combine science and research in the same name.
Many are shocked to know that I was accepted at Dartmouth College and enrolled, and currently a student at Dartmouth College, in particular, the School of Medicine.
I never directly challenged his current enrollment in the Giesel School at Dartmouth. I hope he graduates.
I also hold a master's in agronomical physics.
Oh my God.
Agronomical physics from...
This master's in agronomical physics, on the other hand, I debunked that in the last video, and I'm going to debunk it harder right now. The University of Renaissance. Whenever you hear the word Renaissance in this video, he's referring to the Université de la Renaissance de Haiti, based in Port-au-Prince, Haiti.
My master's thesis, which is double-blind, peer-reviewed, and published.
We have totally invalidated this journal already. Did AI write this?
The University of Renaissance. They have a partnership with the University of Rennes 2, which is one of the largest research universities in France.
They had, emphasis on past tense, a partnership with Rennes 2 University, which he calls out in his response video. That partnership may not be in effect anymore. They do have a partnership with University of Montreal. That is true. Again, like I said in the last video, real university. I doubt the degree, though. University of Renaissance offers limited second cycle programs in collaboration with the University of Montreal. Agronomy doctorates ain't one of them. If you're going to publish your research in a fake journal time and time again, it calls into question the degree itself. People who go through the steps to actually get degrees don't go through the steps to fake their credentials after the fact. This master's in quantum physics from Paris Graduate School. I talked about Paris Graduate School in the last one. I talked about this degree in the last one.
Crazy.
And I'll go into more detail here to explain all the red flags I'm seeing and how he's describing his experience. The IEE report can't be verified, by me at least, due to a blocked reference number. I called them and they said they need that number in order to validate anything. He blacked that out, and it doesn't seem like that number would give up any personally identifiable information. So That feels a little sketch. Also, this report doesn't match any samples I found online. They usually have a breakdown of the courses he took and the performance in those courses. But I do get that it's an employment report. Maybe I haven't seen those. I'll leave the door open for that.
Put up my dissertation defense for that physics degree.
This image is a collage of a photo op and some obscure documents that I can't see or verify in any way, and neither can anybody else. So those alone don't give me a peace of mind that this is not a diploma mill. He's claiming this degree was facilitated by some kind of special pilot program that involved Dr. Willie Rockford from Morgan State University. Well, Paris Graduate School is not a documented partner of Morgan State University anywhere on the internet except your posts. You're the only one who's ever talked about it. I get that it may be a pilot program back then.
Oh, Rashad, you're a headache. You really want to sue somebody and have all of this come up into question in the court of law, which doesn't operate the way you think it does because, you know, you flunked out of a real law school and the law degree you claim you have would not even translate here in the U.S. in our U.S. courts. You know, it's funny. If you're going to sue someone, you can't sue them here if you think you know the law. U.S. law is not your forte. Perhaps try to sue someone in the country where you got your law degree from. You know, let's start there. You can't make this up.
But some kind of announcement, something would have been said about this if it was real. I'm suspicious. I covered Paris Graduate School in the last video, so let's add to what I said there. I searched the approved institute list at the Department of Education for Paris Graduate School and IKI, and those things combined, and nothing showed up. Paris Graduate School claims accreditation via the CUFCE, or the California University FCE. What the hell is Prime Light University? Y'all can't even fake your certificates correctly. A real one would repeat Paris Graduate School here. I found the page for the CUFCE. This one says it's official. It says it's cleared lawsuits and people need to drop their allegations, etc. So they're acting like they're the real thing. No comment on this design. I scrolled to the bottom to see some of the organizations they're partnered with to bolster their accreditations. And I clicked where they told me to for the NACE. They don't show up on this site under the members.
Wow.
Y'all told me to click here. I can't definitively say that there aren't any legal loopholes that I'm not aware of here, but there's a lot of suspect signs that screams diploma mill. This groundbreaking work that's mentioned in this article by Paris Graduate School.
There's only 4 of them.
Isn't published anywhere. There's not a version of it we can see. You didn't even put it in this international journal of yours, which is surprising.
I've seen some of the ridiculous comments that have been made about this, and it's unfair to my...
Why are you crying about this, Rashad? Just take your ass to school and get a real degree. The years you can spend trying to sue someone, you can actually enroll in school. You can't sue him for freedom of the press, for giving commentary and doing research, presenting his information and findings. The judge in the U.S. court will laugh your ass up out of it. I don't understand what he thinks he's doing. Like, crying about this doesn't get us anywhere here.
Colleagues, it's unfair to the students that I teach every day, and it's unfair to those who obtain higher education by any means, regardless of if it's approved by some said accrediting body or not.
Wait, what?
If you learned something, that is the...
No, we don't care about your colleagues. You're the one that's sitting here bragging about these fake degrees and fake schools that don't exist. You're the one that's sitting here putting this out to the public. The public decided to fact check your ass. You're a grown-ass man. Stop being a simp and grow up. Threatening to sue everybody and take them to court does nothing but make you look even worse. And the incompetency of it all. For you to go to court and then have to still now answer questions under oath about these degrees and these documents you keep presenting. You're not going to be able to go to court and do word salad in there. They're not going to care about you crying. They're going to want you to answer the question. He's a cross counselor's wet dream. Because you can imagine the amount of lying he would have to do to sit here to try to keep up this facade. And then you're talking about going to court and doing it. You do understand that you could be placed under investigation for perjury. Go to court if you want to and think you're going to lie like hell up in court. Under oath. Please do that. While you're threatening to sue half the planet because people are saying that you're not getting real degrees. It's absolutely insane. You can't make this stuff up.
And I've always been an advocate and champion of learning
it should be
and educational models that are outside of the box.
Yeah, you definitely said what I thought you said. How are you defending these schools' accreditations while also saying they don't matter?
You know, just to know, having one doctoral degree actually qualifies you as a scholar, by the way. Just one of them does.
Exactly.
There's no qualification to become a scholar. That's not a formal term that has any requirements.
Yeah, no, it's scholars is the one who's educated. He's trying to weaponize the term scholar for real. Yeah, go to court with that word salad if you want to, you clown. Rashad, you should be ashamed of yourself. The idea of you trying to sue someone over these videos and over his research here. Yeah, he put in some work into this. You didn't even sue Johnny Walker Dredd. He's the one that's got countless videos on debunking you. And you couldn't even manage to sue him. Funny how that hadn't happened. And you want to threaten to sue Cam James? But you couldn't sue Johnny Walker Dredd. Make that make sense? He's threatening to sue everybody that does reports on him. And for what? Because he's lying. The worst thing you can do is cry about it and then take someone to court and then be forced to produce this stuff as discovery. It's so ridiculous. Because he doesn't know how court works. Got it.
Higher education by any means, regardless of if it's approved by some said accrediting body or not.
You're an idiot. Listen. Oh, God. Who brags about going to school that's not accredited? Why even brag about these degrees? If none of them are accredited, if they're all worthless, if they're fake, or if the school isn't even real, then why even brag about it? Why do you even post it up? Why tell people? Your narcissism is bigger than your intellect. I said it right. Your narcissism is bigger than your intellect. His narcissism does the thinking for him, not his brain. We don't need to know about your fake degrees or fake schools if they're not even accredited and you're trying to downplay whether or not you're educated and you're a scholar or not. If you're saying that me being a scholar is not determined by these schools, whether they're accredited or not, so why do you feel the need to tell people that you're enrolled in some school or that you have some degree that are proven to be fake? Or these degrees have been proven to be from some degree mill. Why do we need to know that then? Keep it to yourself. You know, there's a hard pill to swallow. Rashad, keep these damn dumbass fake degrees to yourself. Don't tell anybody then. Just let it be another notch on your belt. Because that's what you're trying to claim now as a so-called scholar. It doesn't matter if I went to the schools or not, you know, whether or not they're accredited or not. Okay, well then don't tell us. What do we care for? You're telling the public because you want the public to think this of you. But if you believe it doesn't matter as far as you being considered a scholar, then you could have stopped at the fake ass degree number 5. By the time he got to the 5th degree, that could have been the end of that. No, you kept going. Now you're at 14, 15. What are we at? What number are we at? You didn't have to keep going past 5. That's enough. Because obviously you don't need these degrees to prove you're a scholar. See, here's how we can use your words against you. Because, you know, his narcissism is bigger than his intellect. And you want to sue somebody over this? This is insane.
Wait, what?
If you learn something, that is the point. And I've always been an advocate and champion of learning and educational models that are outside of the box.
Yeah, you definitely said what I thought you said. How are you defending these schools' accreditations while also saying they don't matter?
Exactly.
You know, just to know, having one doctoral degree actually qualifies you as a scholar, by the way. Just one of them does.
There's no qualification to become a scholar.
Okay.
That's not a formal term that has any requirements list. It's just something people like you like to throw around to establish yourself and bolster your credentials. But it usually comes with significant peer-reviewed research, of which you have none. Hey, you decided to call yourself that, not me. I'm not taking shots at you because I'm better than you or something like that, which is what a lot of y'all tend to take away from this. As I ended my last video, I acknowledge that he has more doctorates than I do. I got a bachelor's degree, but I've never lied about any of my education.
Yes, I have a law degree. Put it up, full mass. My law degree does, in fact, qualify me to take the bar in the United States of America.
We're back to the University of Renaissance with this law degree. The A to Z evaluation report he posted is from a former member of
NACES, N-A-C-E-S, is the top credential evaluation service for this professional licensure.
Not a current one. Members are typically removed for failing to adhere to ethical requirements. Make of that what you will.
I completed my Doctor of Jurisprudence at Renaissance University through their law program.
Foreign universities can only qualify for 1/3 of the required law credits, which means you had to get them from somewhere else, right? That would be Birmingham School of Law, which you said you spent a brief amount of time at, and John Marshall Law School in Atlanta,
which you
flunked out of. I know that because there's a letter from the registrar on screen who says that you failed out academically both times.
Oh, wow.
You failed to mention that in your response video. You did allude to COVID and explain why there were difficulties involved and why you left and had to transfer, but you didn't mention failing out. Also, these institutions that do qualify need to have a partnership with a parent school based in the US, or a parent school that's at least acknowledged in some way by the American Bar Association, which only acknowledges US schools. Yeah, there is none. There are no partnerships with US-based schools that can back this up. So this isn't going to fly.
Now, this is from the National Private Investigation and Intelligence Firm that specializes in credential evaluation.
The National Intelligence and Investigation Firm he's referring to is the NPII. I found their website and I saw this address in the contact section.
Oh, dear
It
Lord.
matches the one he lists for his various businesses. This printout is from the fake college he created. That's coming later. So he owns the firm he's citing to investigate his credentials? You're investigating yourself. Like the cops.
Oh, Rashad, you goon. Do you really want to sue this boy and take him to court with this information? I mean, seriously. Cam James and his attorney will tear you and your attorney's ass up. They would tear you up in court. All this discovery, you wouldn't be able to explain this. You can't create a website, say you're investigating yourself, and then prove yourself to be true. What kind of BS is this? And then you go in there if you want to, trying to spin a law degree to a judge who did go to law school and they made it on the bench. Good luck to that. Go to that courtroom if you want to and try to sit here and tell that judge how to obtain a law degree, especially involving international credits. Please do that. I dare you. And that judge will chew your ass out and hopefully sanction your dumbass attorney for representing you. You can't make this up.
Another piece of evidence. A viewer sent me this. A PR.com listing for the business, NPII, with his email address as the primary.
What is this?
I can't make this up. I'm not creative enough. I elaborated on the fake websites he's created to bolster his credentials in my first video. This crazy long article published by his fake propaganda site, Science News Watch, was found by the fake PhD investigator. He uncovered that a woman named Crystal Bowie, another media figure who retired from being a reporter to move into running a PR firm called Spotlight Communications Group, remember that name, helped him create a network of fake sites. How do we know these sites are owned by Rashad and his associate Crystal?
Doctor of Jurisprudence degree, is from an accredited university and is considered a qualifying law degree.
Private intelligence agency would not generate a report that drowns us in a Wikipedia article list of famous people that attended.
Exactly. Like, most of you far like Umar tried to do. Sue Lyndon Honor for calling him out. Umar the Oompa Loompa tried the same thing. It's like the FUBU scammers playbook. Oh, we've got Nate the lawyer coming up next, writer Albert Lanier. Sit tight. We got Nate the lawyer coming up. And I'm so glad Nate the lawyer did a video because, Rashad, I dare you to sue Nate the lawyer. He's a real lawyer. You can't make this up.
This university in order to help us believe them.
BHU holds multiple accreditations, including TRACS, Transnational Association of Christian Colleges and Schools, and accreditor recognized by the United States Department of Education.
BHU is TRACS accredited. That is true. I acknowledged that in my first video, and I took a shot at TRACS because although it's qualified with the Department of Education as a national accreditor, it's based on Christian colleges. Unless your degree is in theology, I don't see the point of touting a Christian accreditor as the credentials you need for your degree to be relevant.
Also, I completed a 1-year program in neuroscience. That was a 45 credit program, I believe, maybe a 41. It was a 40 credit program. So in that program, they analyzed it.
Nah, you mean you analyzed it.
Richey completed a 1-year, 40 credit Master of Science in Neuroscience at the Universidad del Pacifico de Nicaragua. This was their international program for American students.
The University of Pacific, UNIP, I covered this in my first video. This is a fake school, and I stand by that. All of their partner universities on the site are also fake schools. These doctors he's naming right now on screen, the only thing that comes up for any of these names in connection to UNIP is a puff piece published by one of the sites that you allegedly own based on all the research I talked about in video 1. Riddle me this. Why exactly does this chunk of text from this random article match this report from MPII, a supposed third-party firm, word for word?
Wow.
You must think we're stupid.
Karen Chang is listed as the university's international relations officer.
Karen Chang is a very popular name, but the one you're talking about doesn't show up anywhere that I can see.
Listed faculty include notable medical biochemist, Dr. Kimesh Venkatakrishnan.
Dr. Kimesh Venkatakrishnan exists, but has never been affiliated with any school called UNIP.
Psychologist, Dr. Lingmai Su.
Dr. Lingmei Su exists, but a few papers are the only trace of her anywhere, and she's not affiliated with UNIP either.
Dr. Jifeng Liu.
Dr. G.
Rashad, ooh, this boy is debunking you name by name, and you want to sue him? This is unbelievable. Chaba.
Jifeng Louis definitely doesn't exist because that family name is spelled Liu. You'd think an investigative firm wouldn't make that mistake.
And Dr. Shiwa Sai.
I found Dr. Sai's whole CV. Do any of those positions look like UNIP to you? Can you not read?
Quantum engineering of nanocrystal and superlattice metamaterial with botanical chlorophyll additives, demonstrating repeatable plasma stream.
No, he just answered his question. Can you not read? The answer is no, because he missed the whole word. Yeah, we gotta go back.
Jifeng Liu.
Dr. Jifeng Louis definitely doesn't exist because that family name is spelled Liu. You'd think an investigative firm wouldn't make that mistake.
And Dr. Shiwa Sai.
I found Dr. Sai's whole CV. Do any of those positions look like UNIP to you? Can you not read?
Quantum engineering of nanocrystal and superlattice metamaterial with botanical chlorophyll additives, demonstrating repeatable plasma streamer field.
My bad. I ain't mean to get personal. They don't have a faculty page, and they don't teach neuroscience. He says they're a listed member with the International Association of Universities, but that university doesn't show up under Nicaragua at all. Again, the research is published in this journal that we've already debunked.
I hope that's enough to qualify me for those who are the nations.
No, it doesn't. It just proved that you lied like hell and you going to court against Cam James is absolutely hilarious. And we're going to report on every second of it if you decide to do so. Keep in mind, Johnny Walker Dread has an entire playlist where he has debunked Rashad Richey. And Rashad Richey has said the same thing about Johnny Walker Dredd. And guess what? Johnny Walker Dredd continues to make his content on Rashad Richey because there is nothing that Rashad Richey can do about it because he does not control the internet. He also does not control free speech and expression or freedom of the press, the First Amendment. He doesn't control any of that either. Go to court and make it seem as if you do and insult that judge if you want to, you clown. You can't make this up.
It's not.
My brother, I'm sorry I had to have you to sit through all that. I'm doing this one damn time.
You might want to do it again. Just saying. Now that we've gotten through all the things he put in his response video and debunked each and every one, I'm going to drop another fact that y'all didn't know about Rashad. I held this one back from video 1 because I was being nice. Rashad Richey created his own fake college. Yeah, in 2024, he created a college called St. Magnus. Trust me, I was just as shocked as y'all. Check out the name of the university. St. Magnus University of Science and Research.
What?
Does that ring a bell? He's gotten so many fake degrees at this point, it's almost like he took a note out of John Kersey's book and decided that he needs to get on the scam at the top level. This bio is in the Hall of Fame of overcompensation. I promise y'all are not ready for this. Kersey has a stack of overlapping doctorates, chancellor and professor positions at the same fake colleges Rashad Richey got his degrees from. Light bulb.
Yeah, I'm the queen of YouTube. I just want you all to know that. I've adorned myself as that 40 minutes ago. For all those that are late coming in, I am officially the queen of YouTube. The Lady Luck Club is now known as Queen of YouTube. Y'all are just my peasants.
Archbishop positions. And he named himself royalty in Europe.
I love you guys.
Published hella books himself via the European American press. Has multiple knighthoods. Is a colonel, admiral, and lieutenant colonel in several American states. And got a Lifetime Achievement Award from President Obama in 2014. Surprise, surprise. Here's the site via the Wayback Machine. So the pictures are going to be knocked off, but all the information is still there. It's registered in 2024. Scroll down just a little bit and you see 4 Black people, 2 of them who appear to be related, who are all running a diploma mill, or at least trying to. I don't think this one successfully got off the ground, but all 4 of these people are added to the list of academic scammers now. Here's the registered owner, which is himself and 2 other companies he owns at the same address. I don't know why he thought he'd get away with that. And here's where they were offering courses in shit like the biophysics of ethereal healing to foreign students who don't know any better. Y'all starting to see the grifts, right? See, in Florida, these kinds of religious institutions are exempt from regulation. We got the DOE really bold on top because they...
I'm going to need Florida to do better. People are getting scammed. Y'all have to put some regulations in place. You know, we understand Scientology is a whole thing there. But you got to put some regulations in place because people are getting duped. Look at this nonsense. $99 per credit. Did I see that?
At the minimum requirements in Florida for religious institutions. Hey, we got Paris Graduate School. I know y'all remember that one. And the Society of the Royal Catholic Truth. Basically, he's justifying the existence of St. Magnus University by saying that they're higher educational partner institutions. Right.
This is crazy.
So PGS is definitely a diploma mill. We were guessing at it before, but we know for sure now. Scroll down a little bit further. Hey, Universidad del Pacifico, UNIP. Hey, California University FCE, fake accreditor. Lined up next to each other. And then we got the fake certificate. Remember how there was a wrong name in the one for PGS before? This time there's no name at all. It just says the above named institution. I don't know if he actually scammed anyone, but the attempt alone is enough.
Ethereal physics, ethereal counseling. Yeah, he's just gonna ether your souls and be done with it. You can't make this up. Where is that coming
I've included links to all that in the description below. In conclusion,
my bad,
whether you sue me or not, you're lying. I think it's very evident to anyone who bothers to pay attention that you're one of the most aggressive liars that we've ever come across, because you just stood up in front of us in this response video and lied harder about imaginary schools and imaginary people at those schools. That takes some balls. I'll give you that. I didn't know what you do in response to my first video, but now I know that you're prepared to die with the lie. And I almost got to salute that. But here's the main point I came here to make, because a lot of y'all responded to my first video with, hey, why you tearing down somebody who's been doing the work? And
what work?
It's not my...
What work? What work is he doing? This is not for, the advancement of, Black communities or anything. Look how much they're charging per credit for a class that doesn't even exist in a school that's fake. What work is he doing? You can't make this up. If you would rather be duped by taking a class from a fake school that's not accredited, just because you believe he's doing something, then that is a loss of your money. Don't expect everyone else to be okay with that. Because I'm the queen of YouTube. So now I get to adorn everyone with the blessed gift of knowledge and knowing that you do not have to give Rashad Richey a dime of your money to enroll in his fake ass school to get a fake degree that is not even accredited, won't mean anything. You won't be able to get a job with it. If you spend $99 per credit to take any of those BS classes, you've just lost your money. If that's what you choose to do, go for it. But don't pull the rest of us down there with you. Absolutely insane. Someone gets exposed like this for lying like hell, and as opposed to him, just if he can't even tell the truth, so you know what? Yes, I did create these degrees in this fake ass school. No, he doubles down on it. Don't pull the rest of us down there with him. Don't give us that low level of intelligence simply because that's what he wants to have, him and his cult members. If they want to be idiots, let them. But the rest of us will not be going down that hole with him. Do not expect us to give him any loyalty or fealty. We don't owe his ass. We owe Rashad Richey nothing. Absolutely nothing. The same I say about Candace Owens, and the same I say about Umar the Oompa Loompa Johnson. We owe him nothing. No one is indebted to sit here and to support him because of skin color. We should not be okay with being lied to by anybody. Absolute nuts.
First time encountering that, right? I talk about white people, I talk about Black people, I talk about scammers of all types through several of my series and deep dives, DC scammers, etc. And I always have to keep bringing up the fact that I don't just talk about Black people, but also, as I've said before, my world is Black. I'm a Black creator talking about Black scammers that are hurting the Black community. So of course, I'm going to target them. A lot of y'all failed to see the scam as well. Well, when you falsify your degrees, when you stand on this mountain of lies and purposely trick people and deceive people with manipulative language and made up stories and fake professors and fake schools and create your own fake school, which you intend to profit off of. Do I need to say more? That's a scam in and of itself. In the Black community, we tend to elevate individuals who demonstrate themselves to be, quote unquote, on our side and to be exceptional via academic accomplishments or athletic accomplishments, professional and entertainment, that type of thing, without vetting them, without checking to see if they're really about what they're talking about. And that brings me to my next point, which is going to be the point of the next video that I unfortunately had to separate from this one because I'm in a rap beef now. He's a fake progressive. He's wearing this costume to get the bag, in my opinion. And I'll spend my entire next video diving into my evidence for that claim. I'm sorry to make y'all wait so long, but to give y'all a little bit of a teaser for that, I'll drop a snippet from one of his dissertations that drive home one of his real opinions as we fade this out. Catch y'all in the next one.
Y'all. Did he drop that new video? Ciao. This was so good, y'all. Up next is Nate the lawyer.
Let's put it up. Full mass.
It looks real online. Universities.
Yeah, Nate the lawyer also did a video. And like I said, he's a real lawyer. And this video got 334,000 views in 3 days. Oh, Nate the lawyer, we miss you, buddy. You guys continue to pray for him and his family as well. He also had a tumor removed from his brain. And this was what, 2 months ago? And he's at home and he's back to making content about 3 months ago, 2 or 3 months ago, actually. And he's home making content again. I'm just so happy to see he's doing well and recovering and still just as brilliant as ever. So he did a video on Young Turk's Rashad Richey, fake degrees, fake lawyer, real scam. So let's get to it.
Offering any degree you could imagine, and with just in minutes, a few $100s, you've received a freshly minted printout with a degree you didn't work for.
It is a billion-dollar business, selling fake degrees to people we trust. Some of the buyers, cops, firefighters, teachers, and engineers right here in the Tampa Bay area.
Schools handing out master's degrees and doctorates for cash, even when students don't take any courses.
Yeah, we found plenty of public employees and others. You know, there are hundreds of so-called diploma mills online, basically selling master's or doctorate degrees for a price.
So people padding their resumes with fake degrees is nothing new, as you can see from that intro. But Dr. Rashad Richey, and I use doctor in air quotes, takes it to another level. For example, he says he has a law degree, a Juris Doctorate from Haiti. He then claims that he has a PhD in quantum physics from France. He's another Neil deGrasse Tyson. And let's not forget about his master's in neurophysics from Cambodia, or his neuroscience degree from Nicaragua, or his master's in applied physics from Costa Rica, and the list goes on and on and on. And if you're thinking that it seems like a lot of these degrees are BS and nonsense, you're right. Let's expose the fraud, which is Rashad Richey.
Oh,
here's a quick message from this video sponsor, ZocDoc. Okay, raise your hand if you've been putting off doctor's appointments, dental cleaning.
Okay, I love you guys. I just can't do these.
Is Dr. Rashad Richey from the Young Turk. Dr. Richey also works for Straight Arrow News and has once had his own law firm. Here it is, the Fairness Firm. Dr. Rashad Richey, JD, PhD, LLM, and MBA. Now, when you scroll down to the education section, you'll see a lot, if not most of these degrees, are from schools outside of the United States. For instance, here's the education section, and he has here, for instance, Masters of Laws, LLM, Université de la Renaissance, Haiti. But that school doesn't even offer this type of degree. And he does that multiple times. For instance, his Juris Doctorate from Renaissance University is a school that doesn't issue Juris Doctorate. And then when he was called out on that, he then says it's for another school, but then that other school doesn't issue Juris Doctorates either. So this is the type of nonsense that we're going to untangle today. Now,
2 schools that does not issue Juris Doctorate degrees. Rashad, you want to keep trying to sue people? You go after Nate, you're going to have the entire internet coming after you. This man has survived having a tumor on the brain. He's an actual bar licensed attorney. And he's been covering these topics for years on YouTube. And he's sweet as pie. Very humble. So you go after him, you got all of the internet coming for you. And I, being the queen of YouTube, will make sure you're going to catch it. You and your cult will not be able to withstand the backlash. There's no lie you can give to double down on. If you try to sue Nate the lawyer, don't even try it. It's not even thinkable.
Now, to understand why Richey's degrees are essentially bogus, I got to explain to you what degree mills are.
What it is. It certainly isn't. Everyone you're going to see in our story tonight, Keith, bought a bogus degree from the world's biggest diploma mill based in Pakistan, of all places. Now, there are probably 1,000 so-called graduates living and working in our community. It takes time, money, and hard work to earn a diploma, unless, of course, you take the same shortcut former Tarpon Springs Fire Chief Rick Butcher did. You've got a degree from Alameda University.
Well, I have a piece of paper from Alameda, yes.
It turns out Butcher bought his Alameda University degree online from a big corporation based in Pakistan. Our database of 5,600 degree mill graduates across Florida also led us to Larry Flutie. You're on that list.
Holy smokes. How did that happen?
We confirmed that Flutie is a Florida licensed professional engineer, but Flutie also claims he earned a PhD diploma from Grant University, a diploma mill that's vanished from the internet. Our investigation also uncovered a VA police officer who submitted his fake Alameda diploma in a failed bid to become police chief in Polk County's Lake Hamilton.
Now, this is not a new scam. From fire chiefs to mayors to even school superintendents, many people have been caught using these degree mills to inflate their resume. Even some university professors have been found to have fake degrees.
Boy.
All right, so now that you know about degree mills and resume inflation, let's get into the nitty gritty of the lies. Now, Rashad Richey's defenders are going to say, hey, Nate, this is misinformation. He has documentation. So I want to make sure I'm as fair as possible to Dr. Rashad Richey. Okay, this is Nate from the future. And in the past couple of hours, some very interesting things happened with this story. This video was already canned and I was about to make it public, but I had to pull it back down and add this new information so you guys can understand how really crazy this stuff is. So Dr. Richey did a response video essentially trying to clarify his fake degrees. This first one is an official letter of admission from UNIP. Now, this letter is fake, and it has a whole bunch of things that show you exactly why it's fake. And it's leading me to believe that since he put two fake documents up on TYT, they made him take down this video. Again, that's just my assumption. Look how fake this document is. Now, let me show you exactly why this document is fake. First, this is allegedly from the Universidad del Pacifico. But when you go down and look at the seal of the document, it's from a totally different school.
Oh my, he put this on television. Rashad, you treat us like we don't read, you idiot. You can't make this up. Did he not read the seal itself on this letter he posted up on television? The Young Turks aren't even vetting the people that they're hiring to give commentary on videos. You can't make this up.
San Jose University, Santa Ana, Costa Rica. This thing was so bad, I put it into multiple AIs, and they all essentially said the same exact thing. Here's what Grok says about that letter. I asked, is this legit? No, this admission letter is not legit. It appears to be fake from a dubious source, likely tied to a diploma mill or unaccredited institution. Grok even says the school doesn't even have a neuroscience program. So it's insane that he didn't even check, it seems like. Then he put up this upper document, and shout out to Johnny Walker Black for pointing out that this document looks just as fake as the other one. Matter of fact, when you put it into any of the AIs, all the AIs come back and says this thing is absolutely fake. Now remember, this transcript is
this is Johnny Walker Drag getting the shout outs from Nate the lawyer, from Camp James. You can't make this up. Johnny Walker Drag, you all. And listen, Rashad could not sue him if he wanted to, because you can't sue someone for telling the truth. This is something else. Y'all look, thanks, Johnny Walker Dredd. There you go. This is absolutely insane for him to post that letter up and the seal doesn't even match the header.
Supposed to be a neuroscience transcript. It has no physics, biology, or neurology courses.
Oh, Rashad, you idiot.
It's just generic stuff. And the university website says it's only a business school. It doesn't even offer this stuff. So who knows? Now, he put these documents that look as fake as heck in a video defending himself, and then had to take that video down when people were like, hold on, these documents look fake. Now, I don't know how Richey's going to respond to publishing provably fake documents to prove that he has these credentials. He's obviously getting a lot of these things from degree mills, and he's trying to hide that fact. So with all that being said, here's the rest of the video. So I want to make sure I'm as fair as possible to Dr. Rashad Richey. Now, to do that.
First of all, like I said, no one owes you anything when you have the ability to lie like this, and then you double down on it. What's fair is seeing that he's not charging people $99 per credit to take classes from a fake school that he created with fake classes that aren't real from people who are aiding in this degree mill. That would be fair for him to not scam people out of their money. $99 per credit. It's a fake school. Why are you charging it all? Like, this is ridiculous. No one owes him fairness. I, being the queen of YouTube, have determined. I decree and declare. No one owes Rashad Richey shit. That's it. This is absolutely
I need you to understand what a Juris Doctor is and how you obtain it. Now, I am a Juris Doctor. I have a license from the state of New York, and I graduated law school. Now, I was also a professor at the law school and taught classes. So I have a little knowledge on how to obtain a JD, what it means to have a JD, and I've also worked with foreign lawyers who wanted to practice here in the United States. So I'm very familiar with the process. Now, to really understand why Richey is obviously lying to you, and it is not even questionable that he's lying to you, let me explain the various types of legal systems, the various types of degrees offered in those legal systems, and why it's impossible for Rashad Richey to have the degrees he's claimed to have from the schools he's claimed to get them from. So the first thing I have to explain to you are the different types of legal systems the world recognizes. One is known as the common law system, and one is known as the civil law system. If you look at this map, the countries in red are what's known as common law countries. That's Canada, the United States, Australia, and the UK in Europe. Now, that's totally different than the French civil law system, which is practiced in most of the world: Brazil, South America, Europe, etc. Now, there are huge differences between the two systems. For instance, look at how each system handles a trial. In the common law system, you have a judge who's the referee. Then you have, let's say in a criminal case, a prosecutor who may say, hey, this person stole a laptop. And they'll argue to convince a jury that that person did steal a laptop. Then you have a defense attorney who will argue this person didn't steal a laptop, and then put on evidence to show the person didn't steal the laptop. And then at the end of the day, the jury makes the decision who's correct. In a civil law system, the judge is the person asking the question. The judge is the person trying to determine who's right and who's wrong. The lawyers act as assistants to the judge, and there's generally no jury. Now, because the systems are so different, their degrees are different. For instance, if you're in a common law system, your undergraduate is likely going to be either an LLB or a pre-law, where if you're in a civil law system, it's called license of joint. And as you can also see, a Juris Doctor is not available in the civil law system. It is only available in the common law system. Now, I need you also to notice that the license in joint from the civil law is an undergraduate degree, where the Juris Doctor in the United States or in common law is a professional practice degree. So now, if you have a license in joint from a civil law system law school, then obviously you're not qualified to practice in a common law system because the systems are totally different. Saying that the license in joint under the civil system is equivalent to a JD is like saying a driver's license is equivalent to an automotive engineering PhD. And it's obvious, someone who can drive a car is not qualified to claim they have a PhD in automotive engineering. That's ridiculous. But that's what Richey's claiming, the ridiculous. So now, where did Dr. Rashad Richey claim to get his degree from? Was it a school that teaches the common law, or was it a school that teaches the civil law? Well, Dr. Rashad Richey says he got his license in joint from a school in Haiti. Haiti is a civil law system, not a common law system. system. So if he did receive his degree in the civil law system, then obviously that doesn't make you qualified to practice in a system that's totally foreign to that government.
So what is and who is the University of Renaissance, University de la Renaissance? Let's put it up, full mass. University de la Renaissance de Haiti is accredited by Haiti's Ministry of National Education and Vocational Training. It is recognized by evaluation services like the International Education Evaluations, IEE, with its programs appearing in evaluations. They have agreements with Université de Montréal for student faculty exchange in law, University of Rennes II in France, which is a recognized major university.
So we know for a fact he got his degree from a school in Haiti that doesn't teach common law. It teaches civil law. So it is a totally different system, totally different law, and totally different degree. So let's take a look at the school. So I Googled it, went to Google Maps, and look who's giving a review of this great institution, Rashad Richey. Now here's some pictures of the school in Haiti. As you can see, here's one of their classrooms. Here's the outside. Now, from this school, Dr. Rashad Richey says he has a license in which is the undergrad.
So far, what we've learned is that Rashad Richey is lying like hell. His ego, his narcissism, his pride won't allow him in this reality on earth to admit that he has lied about having degrees. And then for him to say that he has a Juris Doctorate degree, that he can't, first of all, that is of no good. And then said that he has the ability to take the bar in the United States and practice law here. That is a lie too. I mean, it's like simple stuff. Why lie about something that several people, attorneys, people just reading, researching can debunk you on? It's just so nice to see a bar licensed attorney debunk the hell out of Rashad Richey, who actually does have a Juris Doctorate degree. It's just, this is insane. He does this for his narcissism. That's all this is. Because why? It's like he's addicted to lying to people about being educated, about having these degrees. It's like an addiction for Rashad Richey. No one asked him to present these degrees, by the way. Like, he doesn't have to do this, but he does this on his own accord. That's what makes this even more hilarious. I hope you all keep it up with the common versus civil law. Be a pop quiz at the end.
A degree under civil law, and that is equivalent to the professional degree of a Juris Doctor in the United States. Here's some statement.
Professional licensure. Yes, I have a law degree. Put it up, full mass.
Oh,
my law degree does, in fact, qualify me to take the bar in the United States of America. What you're looking at is called a course-by-course evaluation. You see, the law degree journey was a long journey for me because I was in a PhD in quantum physics program at the same time I was in law school.
You're not that smart.
The course-by-course evaluation that you're looking at, let's read it top to bottom. This is by a NACIS member again, which qualifies me for the professional licensure in order to qualify for the bar exam under what's called the FLE or FCE rule. That is a foreign credential evaluation rule. State of California, New York, everybody has it. Course by course evaluation, professional licensure. It says, summary of evaluation. It is the judgment of A to Z evaluations. Once again, a NACIS approved entity for evaluation of professional license. That Mr. Rashad Richey's educational credentials.
This is him reading. This is him reading. And we got to pay attention to his pacing in this reading. He's been reading this document this whole time here. That's what's so baffling to me. Rashad Richey acts as if we all read this way. Get grief. Words are hard for him, apparently. Because that's what I'm hearing here. Why are you hesitant with reading, Rashad?
It says,
he's reading.
Summary of evaluation. It is the judgment of A to Z evaluations. Once again, a NACIS approved entity for evaluation of professional license.
Uh-huh.
that Mr. Rashad Richey's educational credentials from Haiti is equivalent to the degree of Doctor of Jurisprudence, JD, awarded by a regionally accredited institution of higher education in the United States. You can go down to the bottom. It says equivalency, U.S. degree, Doctor of Jurisprudence. I completed my Doctor of Jurisprudence at Renaissance University through their law program.
Now, this lie is so obvious. People in his own chat started calling him out. Here's what one user said. Mr. Richey, by claiming circa at 23 minutes that his law degree from Haiti was evaluated by NACIS entity A2Z to be functionally equivalent to a JD. Here's the thing. I hold an LLB from an elite institution outside the United States. One major aspect they look for is functional equivalence is the pedigree of the legal education, specifically as descendant from the English common law system. Haiti, being a former colony of France, has its law primarily derived from the civil law tradition. The ABA does not recognize legal study under civil law tradition to be functionally equivalent to the ABA-approved JD program. And there are many, many, many more comments calling out this lie. He does not have a Juris Doctorate, and he knows it, but it's easy to lie to you because most people don't understand the nuances here. Now, this gets even worse because Richey doesn't even know how to lie about which degree he actually has. See, in the follow-up video that he deleted, he specifically said he has the license in Droit, which is the undergraduate degree. But when you go to the law firm's website, the degree turns from a license in Droit under the French system to a LLM under the common law system. And remember how he kept saying it was the Université de la Résistance of Haiti is where he got his JD? Well, in his bio, he puts that he got it from Renaissance University, RU. Now, I'm just going to be very, very blunt here. He can't even keep the lie consistent on where he got the fake degree from. He got the fake JD from Renaissance University. No, he got the fake JD from the Université de la Résistance, and we should just believe him because some accrediting agency says that he is.
No, he wants us to believe him because he's the black man that talks about things that hurt black people, even though he gives us nothing else. He charges black people $99 per credit to take a course in his fake school as well. I'm still waiting on proof of these scholarships that he allegedly gives out to black people to go to school. I mean, because, you know, that's giving black people something. We still don't have to believe your BS lies, but where's proof of him being a philanthropist and actually doing some good? Why is that somehow like, why does he feel like he has to lie about this? Why does he feel like he has to lie about degrees? It's the dumbest thing to lie about. No one is sitting here saying, you know, the man with the most degrees on earth is the one that wins the golden prize. It's a bar of chocolate. Congratulations. Like, he thinks he's in some sort of contest. I got to get to the end of the rainbow, figure out what my prize is going to be for saying that I have all these degrees. And for what? To still work for the Young Turks. He's not even starting his own podcast. He works for the Young Turks. All of this to get to what? Still having to work for someone else. Can you imagine if he had his own podcast? It was just him. And he makes all these videos trying to defend himself. He wouldn't have taken any of these videos down. He has to still work for the Young Turks that told his ass, take down that video. You're literally lying in the video. The seal doesn't match the header in this document you posted up. So it's not like he's doing this to start his own podcast or any of that. He doesn't need to have all these degrees to start his own podcast. But the fact that you won't even go and just work for your damn self was baffling to me. See, I being the queen of YouTube, my channel is mine, both of them. The Lady Luck Club and the Lady Luck Club with Sweet Tea, mine. They're not under the Young Turks and nobody else. It's mine. He won't even start his own shit. Like, he won't even do his own podcast. So why is he doing this? And then wants to sue people for calling his ass out. Nate, the lawyer, is like very careful to call someone a liar. He just called Rashad a liar flat out in one breath. It wasn't even hard because Rashad, you're lying like hell. You can't make this up.
Well, in his bio, he puts that he got it from Renaissance University, RU. Now, I'm just going to be very, very blunt here. He can't even keep the lie consistent on where he got the fake degree from. He got the fake JD from Renaissance University. No, he got the fake JD from the University de la Resistance. And we should just believe him because some accrediting agency says that his undergraduate degree is equivalent to a postgraduate degree here in the United States. Now, I want you to forget that Richey says he got the Juris Doctorate from one school, then he says he gets it from another school, and you could even really make the argument that this is the Americanized version of the French school because he literally put the French school down here. So we know this is all full of crap. So the next question is, does having the undergraduate civil law degree of license and joint allow you to take the bar exam here in the United States? On that alone, on just having that license. Because Richey's argument is license and joint equals JD equals I can now take the bar exam. Here is his argument.
JD credentials from UR for his bar eligibility, confirming that his law degree makes him eligible to take the bar under the FLE rule of the American Bar Association.
Now, I got to stop him right here because another lie alert. American Bar Association doesn't determine who can take the bar in an individual state. The states determine who takes the bar in that state. For instance, you don't have to deal with the ABA at all to take the bar exam in California, just like Kim Kardashian. Kim Kardashian didn't go to law school. She went under another attorney, did the apprentice route, and after a couple of years of being an apprentice to an attorney, you can then take the bar exam because of that experience. So just to be clear, the ABA does not determine who is eligible to take the bar in any particular state. What the ABA does is accredit schools so the various states can say, hey, if this school is accredited by the ABA, we'll allow them to take the bar in our particular state. But a state can also say, we don't care about the ABA rule and we're going to do our own thing. So I just want to make that very clear. So when he says,
yeah, because states can create laws. Rashad doesn't know that. Yeah, states can just kind of create laws. I mean, you know, it doesn't have to sit here and go along with what the ABA says. If that be the case, then all of our state laws pertaining to regulation on getting a law degree or anything in that sector would be based upon what the ABA says in general. And that's not how the hell it works. ABAs accredit schools. Simply put.
There's this rule from the ABA that allows you to take the bar exam in any individual state. That is just straight up not true. So here's an example. This is the Supreme Court of Georgia Office of Bar Admissions, and this is their instructions for foreign educated applicants. And here it says if you've graduated from a foreign law school, then you can sit for the bar in Georgia, but here are the conditions. That number one, you graduated from a foreign law school outside the United States, and one is government sanctioned or recognized its appropriate authority, is recognized and approved by an evaluation body pursuant to applicable law, which Richey says he has, and then is chartered to award the first professional degree in law, which Richey says he has, the license in joint. Number two, you are authorized to practice law in the foreign jurisdiction, which we're going to say Richey is able to practice law in Haiti, but I don't think he is, but we're going to say yes to this question anyway. So
because he's trying to be fair.
Law in Haiti. But third, you are currently enrolled at or have been awarded an LLM degree. So in the state of Georgia, if you have a foreign degree and you want to practice law in the state of Georgia, you need to go to a American Bar Association approved program leading to an LLM degree. So can Rashad Richey just wake up tomorrow morning and sit for the bar exam in Georgia? No, he needs more education. He has to go to an American Bar Associated approved law school and obtain his LLM. So if Richey says he's able to take the bar in any state, then you know for a fact he is lying, because in the state of Georgia, where he is from, he can't take the bar exam there.
However, my last semester, I transferred to Renaissance.
Oh, man.
and was able to obtain my Doctor of Jurisprudence there, which qualifies me to take the bar in pretty much any state I choose to under the FLE licensing program.
Look at him hesitant because he's lying like hell. Look at his fat head. Fat head can't keep his lies straight. Oh my God, y'all. Shout out to Jay, the informant. Thank you so much for the $10 super. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Tavares, can you drop the YouTube channel link for writer Albert Lanier, if you don't mind? Thank you so much. I would appreciate that if you're able to. Jay the informant says, do you think he joined the TYT for credibility? Because at that time, TYT was way more popular, than today. TYT backing him helped help hide his degree mills. Oh, that's a good question. And see, here's the thing. I don't know what's going on with TYT overall, where their principles lie, what their ideals are at this point. It would be hard to believe that they would go out their way to try to defend and protect him at this juncture. When they have him taking down a video, where he's trying to so-called defend himself, and they say, hey, no, you got to take that video down. Because that's how inconsistent the video was. It seems as if, I think the more this is put out there to the public, the harder it will be for TYT to keep defending him. Are they trying to defend him? Perhaps. Maybe that's why they told him to take down the video, because they're trying to look out for him and his image. But you don't need a degree to work for TYT. That's what's so crazy about this. Now, I think Shank, is his name Shank? CENK? What's his name? How do you pronounce his name? Is it Shank? I don't want to butcher his name. I think he's a bar licensed attorney. And maybe that's why Rashad feels like he needs to compete with the leading guy on the show. I don't know if she's still there. I have no idea what's going on. But I believe the leading guy, the Shank guy, CENK, I'm just going to call him C. He is an actual attorney. Correct me if I'm wrong. There you go. Thank you, Jay. I'm just going to call him C. I'm going to keep mispronouncing his name. I believe he has a degree. I believe he's actually a bar licensed attorney. Hopefully he's not lying about his. So maybe he felt like he needed to size up the main guy there. C. Who knows? But I don't see TYT as a place to go to build credibility. And then, that also, like I said, why doesn't he just start his own podcast? Like with Candace, she lies like hell, but she has her own stuff. She's not still working for someone else lie like hell. She's done that 3 times. She's been fired 3 times. She figured it out. If I want to lie like hell, I'm gonna just do it on my own podcast. And here we are. She had to marry some, wealthy, super duper rich closet, but whatever. But you would think Rashad would do the same thing. Let me just get my own podcast. He's at a point where he can just do his own thing. But he won't do it. And if he's so popular, like to me, that's the true test of it all. If he's so popular, and he has the ability to put out his content that helps Black people and all these things, why can't he get his own podcast? The people he worked for, they're not other Black people. And I'm saying this because that's what his followers love to throw out. They love to, race only becomes important when it's convenient for them. Last time I checked, Shank is not African American. Neither is Anna. Is it Kasparian? Neither of them are African American. I don't even know if there's any other Black person on the TYT. He might be the only one. I could be wrong. So this is, I would think after a certain point, they're going to stop trying to defend him and cover for him. I don't think they're going out of their way to do it. They looked out for him by telling him to take down the video. But if the pressure continues to ramp up and more content creators start calling him out on these fake degrees and all this other stuff, and his fake education, his fake schools, and he's lying like hell, he's got more attorneys calling him out about this JD and having this law degree and all these things. I think it'll get to a point where TYT will have to say, listen, we'll have to cut ties with you because we can't take this heat. Not from the only Black person that has some sort of segment on their show. I don't know if there are any other Black people there. Y'all let me know if I'm wrong. Is it another one there? Oh, his name is JR. I don't know. I could be wrong. It's JR. Okay, so there's another one there. So if we're talking about, main people, okay, so there are two. You have Rashad Richey and this JR is also Black. Okay, cool. So there are two. Yeah, they'll be willing to lose Rashad Richey if they need to, if he's going to keep lying. Because they're not going to want to keep up this facade of telling him you shouldn't post up letters where the seal doesn't match the letterhead, and it's a fake letter. Like, we're not going to cover for you posting up fake letters. Someone else told him to take down the video. And of course, if it's on a platform he doesn't own and it belongs to TYT, they have the rights to it, they're going to tell him to take it down. If they see all the inconsistencies, this is a fake letter, dude. And it's going to get to a point where they won't be able to continue to do that anymore. They're not going to spend time trying to go behind him and backtrack to see if he's posting up, real letters, authentic letters and stuff. They're not going to do that. They're going to just tell him, kick rocks, you got to go. Start your own channel. You want to keep lying like hell, you got to get out of here, Rashad. That's what's going to happen. Because they're trying to make money. They're going to lose money if they keep him on and he continues to lie about these degrees in these schools and his magazines and all this other stuff. He keep lying about it, but they're going to start losing money because people are going to start watching, and then they're going to see the TYT is willing to support someone that is flagrantly lying to our faces about having a Juris Doctorate degree or being able to practice law in the United States of America, or take the bar exam, when he won't even say that he academically failed and flunked out of a school twice. Like, he won't bring that up. They're going to be like, hell no, you finna start costing us money. You got to go. You want to do this much lying before we lose sponsors and support and all of that, we will kick you off and kick your ass off this show. And that's exactly what they're going to do. I feel it coming down the pipeline. He's costing them way too much negative airtime and attention. And they're already having to cover up his tracks and go behind him, telling him to take down videos because he's not smart enough to just not post up a letter that's, illegitimate. This is what we are now. So he's got attorneys debunking him. This is exciting. But it's bad for TYT, and it's definitely going to be bad for Rashad Richey. Rashad could easily just start his own podcast. If he claims to be the hot shot he is, he shouldn't lose any support, right? I mean, people who believe him to be fake, they're going to continue to start seeing the light. But I don't think TYT is going to be willing to support him while this happens, because more and more attorneys, hopefully Legal calls him out, and then that'll be the end. I'm waiting on Legal Eagle. Legal Eagle can just call him out. Man, that'll do it. And Legal Eagle is, real law group. The main host on Legal Eagle is an actual bar licensed attorney. I love him. He's so cute. But you get more attorneys calling him out. What is he gonna do? Try to sue all these attorneys? They're gonna laugh at the idea. Oh, he's trying to sue me for doing this. Oh no. And then Rashad will set himself up to have to go to court and explain why he thinks he can just take the bar in the U.S. and practice law here. And then a judge will tell him, nope, that's not how any of that works. You continue to put these false statements out there. And then you want to be condescending about it as if you're the smartest person in the room. Let me remind you, you're not. See, if a judge has to tell him that, they really gonna cut his ass off. Oh, Rashad, you idiot. We're here for it. Can't make this up. Yeah, they're gonna kick his ass out. That's what they're gonna kick him out. This is the year to bring down the fake frauds, okay? 2026, y'all. I agree. Y'all, you can't make this stuff up. All right, let's finish this out. Yeah, I hope the young Turks start to see this is not worth defending. We can't keep telling this clown to take down videos because he's posting up fake letters. We can't do this. We're not going to do that. We're not going to stand on this nonsense. Like, they have to be the ones to tell him flat out, you will lose every penny that you've been paid if you keep going at this rate. Because if we get sued, we're suing you. Oh, Rashad. Come on, you clown. Finish this up.
Per the ABA.
So, bottom line is, Dr. Richey does not have a JD, a Juris Doctorate. He is lying when he presents himself as having one. Now, let's zoom out because his claim of having a JD doesn't exist alone. It's part of what I call the degree multiverse. For instance, here is Dr. Rashad Richey's TYT bio. And when you scroll down here, you see Schofield Graduate School, where his quantitative research focused on the global effects of Western religion and politics, policy, and government. And he's claiming he has a PhD from Schofield. But as you're going to see from Johnny Walker Dredd, who's looked into it already, this school is BS. Get ready to be shocked.
I searched, and this is the closest I could get. It says here, Schofield Graduate School and Theological Seminary, California, and Trinity Graduate School, India. Okay, now, I looked through this. It's kind of hard to tell what's going on here. So I figured, okay, one way to find out what a school really is about is to go to the actual address. Where are they? I scroll down here. Contact us. And here is the actual address, 1483 Mabel Avenue in Modesto. That's interesting. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at what 1483 Mabel Avenue, Modesto looks like. And there it is. There is your PhD granting institution where Rashad Richey claims that he got his doctorate. Now you may think, well, wait a minute, maybe it's across the street. No, if you kind of scroll through and look around, this is the neighborhood where this esteemed university is located. And yeah, that's it. There it is.
I know, it's insane. And he's holding himself out as a doctor. And this is where he's saying he got his PhD from. This is kind of crazy. And again, this is scratching the surface, people. We're not even deep into it. Matter of fact, I don't even think I'm going to be able to complete this video in one particular video because there's so many deceptions here. Like, for instance, Richey claims multiple PhDs from institutions that, according to their own public materials, either don't offer the PhD program, offer non-U.S., non-equivalent research credentials, or operate under accreditation frameworks that don't support how their degrees are distributed in any way. And think about it. Several of his credentials have appeared in his LinkedIn page and other bios. Then they disappear when challenged or the descriptions change. And for those of you who are his fans who want me to be hyper-technical, I can show you that easily because I've already showed it to you in this video. Remember? He said he got his JD from Renaissance University, RU, but now he's saying he got it actually from the Université of de la Renaissance of Haiti, which is not RU, but it's URH.
However, my last semester, I transferred to Renaissance and was able to obtain my doctorate of jurisprudence there.
Look, he laughing at this. Y'all, you know he's lying when he's starting to smirk. You lying, SOB. Look at that.
Actually from the Université of de la Renaissance of Haiti, which is not RU, but it's URH.
However, my last semester, I transferred to Renaissance and was able to obtain my Doctor of Jurisprudence there.
Yes, he's starting to laugh because he's a whole clown. You goofy.
Jurisprudence there.
You know you lying like hell. You start to laugh at yourself. You can't make this out.
Obtain my.
Oh, you can't make this. He's starting to smile and laugh because he knows I can't believe people buying this shit. Like, no one's buying this. No one is buying this BS. And yet he's like laughing mid-sentence. This is priceless.
My Doctor of Jurisprudence there.
And Richey, in the video he deleted, also admitted that he doesn't have a master's or a master in droid. He only has a license in droid. So we're supposed to believe that Dr. Rashad Richey has a doctor of education, a doctor of law, a doctor of quantum physics. He's a neurophysicist, a neuroscientist, a legal scholar, a policy expert, and a business academic. And somehow works full-time at TYT. And think about it. These were kind of all at once across multiple countries, overlapping time frames. This is not just unusual. This is statistically absurd. The doctor's programs take years to complete. Advanced science degrees requires labs, supervision, publication. Law degrees have rigid structures and licensing rules. And he seems to have skipped all of that and jumped to the end to have the actual degree. Now, even though this
boy, he's such a goofy ass clown, man. You can't make this up. That man started laughing and smiling mid-sentence trying to defend himself, knowing damn well he lying. Stop lying. You ain't got to lie, Craig. You ain't got to lie, Craig.
Part one, and we really just focused it on the fake lawyer part of it. I need to give a big shout out to Cam James, who Richey is threatening to sue, Johnny Walker Dredd, who's been following this stuff for years. Johnny Walker Dredd has a full playlist on all this stuff, and he's been exposing Richey for years. Richey never sued him because he didn't really get any traction on his...
Yeah, because see, Rashad, you're suing people that you think you can get some money out of simply because you don't know how to earn it yourself, or you don't know how to earn it honestly, because of reasons. Charging $99 for one credit for a fake class at a fake school that you created out of nowhere. Not even accredited. You can't make this stuff up. He's not suing Johnny Walker Dredd. Allegedly, because Johnny Walker Dredd doesn't have 1,000 views. He doesn't have the thousands of views like Cam James. But see, here's the thing. Cam James can reiterate the same information from Johnny Walker Dredd. And somehow, in the mind of Rashad Richey, it's a problem now. No, it's the same information. You go and sue someone for telling the truth on you, guess what you're going to have to do, Rashad? Proof that they lied in court. The burden would be on you, you dum-dum. Dum-dum who wants gum-gum doesn't understand how our courts work in the U.S. The burden of proof is on you. You have to prove they lied on you. Good luck to that. You can't prove that you have a JD.
Videos regarding Richey's fake credentials. So I'm giving him that exposure. And fake PhD investigator, that community really, really came through and has flooded me with documents, sources, and everything. So, I need to thank those three creators because...
Well done. Johnny Walker Dredd, Cam James, fake PhD investigator. Well done. Rashad Richey's going to try to sue all three. They're going to mollywop you in court, Rashad. And Nate the lawyer is not for play. That's why I hope Legal Eagle gets wind of this and he drops the video. And then, that just kind of solidifies it. Rashad, you'll be done if Legal Eagle gets a hold of you. You got so many other attorneys out here on YouTube that could literally drop videos as well. Even if all they do is debunk the actual Juris Doctorate and the law degree stuff. Yeah. He would be so finished. Oh, Rashad. Stop leeching off of the Black community. People aren't buying the nonsense because we know how to read. Reading is fundamental here in the Lady Luck Club. And I, being the queen of YouTube, have put out a decree that we all read. The word of the month is hypocrisy. Rashad Richey, you are the biggest hypocrite lying about a law degree that's ever walked this earth. I don't care if it's in Haiti or the United States. You can't make this up. Shout out to these fantastic content creators, you all, for putting their foot on his neck and just telling the truth. Take them to court, and then they're going to keep telling the truth. You'll have to prove that they lied, Rashad, because that's how that burden works. Is your burden.
They did the work, and I was able to go behind them and check out the work. And then I went and looked at everything myself. And my opinion about this whole thing is Rashad Richey is likely a fraud. Some of his degrees, to be fair, are legitimate, but they're from schools that are low-end schools, seems to be from countries like Cambodia, Haiti, and it seems like he's just looking for degrees. And Richey himself admits that he doesn't care about accreditations. He just wants to get the paperwork because for him, accreditations don't matter. He just cares if the school is licensed to operate. So that is what we're dealing with. So at the end of the day, tell me if you believe Dr. Richey is a doctor of education, a doctor of law, a doctor of quantum physics, a neurophysicist, a neuroscientist, and a legal scholar. And remember where they're from: Costa Rica, Nicaragua, Cambodia, Mexico, Haiti. Either this man is one of the most well-traveled, educated people in the world, or he is deceiving his audience big time. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to that great YouTube.
Yeah, it's fair to say that he even started laughing at himself. So, Rashad, we're laughing at you as well. You can make this Well done, Nate. Well done. Oh, Tavares asking, here's $1 million question right here. Why would you go to an underdeveloped country like Haiti and Cambodia for degrees? That's $1 million question. Why even say you have all of these degrees and then get mad when people fact check, Rashad? You're threatening to sue. That's laughable. Yeah, see, if he does that, though, he'll just go to court and embarrass himself even the more. And then we'll be able to see all of this stuff in court documents. And then he'll be forced to answer questions as well under oath. Under oath, Rashad. You won't be able to start laughing mid-sentence in court. See, on TYT, you have a teleprompter and a script and all of that. It's not lights, camera, action in the courtroom. You know, the court of law is not your YouTube channel. It's not TYT. You go in there and waste the court's time and the judge's patience if you want to. They're going to remind you why you lying like hell is not a good idea. Filing frivolous petitions in bad faith, because that's exactly what he'll be doing. And the defense will be able to make the argument. Your Honor, this idiot is sitting here threatening to sue any and everybody that says anything about him as if the First Amendment does not extend to all of U.S. citizens. We'll be in court all day, every day with him if he had to sue every person that said something he didn't like. Not that it can't be proven false, which is what defamation is. No, it's because he doesn't like it. It's not how free speech works, you clown. He's a clown. He started laughing at himself. I mean, you can't make this up. Oh, man. This is good, y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Next stop for Richey will be the uncredited FDMG. He's already opened his old school. He might as well just change the name of it to FDMG number 2, junior version. Y'all, you can't make this stuff up. This is priceless. Emery said, Francisca and Juju says he did a video of the chick running over the ICE officer. I gotta watch it. Oh, yeah. He's got a whole live stream he did this in. This is how you investigate, Richey. Oh, yes. Absolutely. Shout out to Nate the lawyer. Thank you so much for this video. And it does help to kind of validate the research done by the other 3 content creators he posted up. One of them is entirely new to me. Fake PhD investigator. Never heard of him, but I'm gonna go check him out. And then, of course, Johnny Walker Dredd has been on the show here in the LLC, and he has an entire playlist. Go show him some support and check out his content. Writer Albert Lanier did a live stream as well. Cam James. I mean, you know, it's starting to pick up hot and heavy. And then some other content creators that reacted to Cam James have content posted up. I had to do this. And shout out to Nate. So glad you're doing well, buddy. The LLC is praying for you, and Queen LLC of YouTube wishes you the best, honey. All right, y'all. That's all we have for this show. Thank you all so much for tuning in. We're almost at midnight, and I have to get up and work in the morning. So I want to do a quick Umar live. I don't know. I'm still pondering on that. But I did want to get in an Umar live. But I appreciate you guys so much for your support. If I don't get one in tonight for Umar, then we'll get it in tomorrow after Candace. Because, you know, she's still lying like hell too. You might as well get them all in. 2026 is the year that scammers are going down. And I am excited to see this happen. Thank you all so much. Make sure you guys hit the like button and share the content. Subscribe to the Lady Luck Club if you have not done so already. I am the queen of YouTube, and you guys are fantastic. And until the next one, Lady Luck Club out. Thank you. Deuces.